Welcome. All right.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, Panther fans, man? This is an episode of J-D Panther Fan Podcast. How you guys doing? Thank you
Hey,
guys
here
for
I am.
joining us.
What's going on? My name is Julius. What's going on, partner?
Good. I'm Darrell. You can call me Reltron88. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, whatever you need, stuff like that. Soon I'm make an Instagram and stuff, but we'll have that stuff out there pretty soon and all that. But guys, we Panther fans. We're not Panther experts. This is an ESPN. We just two fans talking about our favorite football team. One Carolina. There we go. Keep pounding, y'all. Keep pounding. Julius, you might use your government name.
Listen, I'm gonna change it after a while because listen here on my Facebook. I got my name as what's my name on my Facebook?
Cuddy Kane.
Yeah, Cuddy Kane. And the reason I have it as Cuddy Kane is because of you ever seen the movie Dead Presidents?
Yeah.
Dead Presidents. And you remember the guy that was pulled up?
Yep.
So I have a story that really happened to me that was similar to that.
Really?
Serious as a heart attack, but I didn't even know that the woman was involved with another man, and I found out the hard way.
Wow. Give me a second.
Go ahead, brother.
I got my mom in the background. I didn't know it was her. I thought it was my kids. My mom was trying to get dishes. I'm like, what is going on?
Go ahead, man.
She just doing a thing.
Right.
That's going to happen. It's going to happen in these shows. Kids in the background. I don't care for all that and stuff.
Man, listen here, man. I got kids running around here, boy. They knocking on the door. Better come down here and jump on the bed.
Mm-hmm. Let them do what they do, man.
Hey, listen here. Y'all gonna find out the hard way. Somebody break the leg. That's on you. I told you don't jump in the bed. I gave you a fair warning one time. That's what the rest is on you. You gonna learn. You gonna learn from your own problems.
Hey, you touch that hot stove, you can mess up.
The best way I learned the best way to learn things in life is experience it on your own. And if you don't experience it on your own, it's really hard for people to learn. You know, some people learn from other people's experiences. I like those type of people, but majority of the time, I preach learn on your own. Go ahead, hurt yourself. You're gonna learn. Damn, I shouldn't have did that no more.
I'm muting myself. Good Lord, I gotta stop that. Jew,
yo,
we're gonna tell a little bit about ourselves, you know, Panther related and stuff like that, so we can, you know, get people to know us and stuff like that.
All right.
I'm gonna kick it off.
Go ahead,
Julius,
brother.
I've been a Panther fan since 1997. Okay. Reason being, there was a player by the name of Tim Biakabatuka.
Oh yeah, of course, the running back.
Yeah.
I
was trying for the life of me to figure out how to pronounce that man's name, and that's how I became a fan. Okay. Not only that, I lived in North Carolina probably for like 4 years of my life. Okay. So we talk about maybe pre-K to second grade. And so during that time, the Carolinas came to the NFL. 95, right?
Right.
So that was just a talk at the time, stuff like that. Now, my dad, everybody in my family, they're all Eagle fans. I'm the only one. Yeah. I am.
Lord, you're the black sheep.
Yep.
Oh, Lord.
Yep. So I don't run into a lot of Panther fans, you know.
Yeah.
And especially, I live in Florida, I live in Orlando. And it's either Eagle Nation, Buccaneer Nation, Miami Dolphins Nation. Sometimes there's some Jaguar fans around there somewhere. You know? But no people to meet up with, you know, who are Panther fans and stuff.
Right.
You know, it gets really lonely out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's kind of my life. But I mean, I've been a fan since '97. I fell in love with the colors. Steve Burline was my favorite quarterback at the time.
Oh, Lord.
Man, you remember Brad Hoover? Yes, sir. Good times, man.
Of course.
Moose was my boy, and all that. Mm-hmm. I didn't understand the game of football, but I knew that was my team.
Right.
And
what about Wilbur Oliver? What about Wilbur Oliver?
Oh, you going? Wow. Boy, you threw that on me. That's what I need, my man. That's what I need. I need to be challenged too, man.
Come on, bro.
I need to challenge
man.
my fandom, brother.
Yeah, but listen here, man. But believe it or not, man, hold on. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead and finish doing your thing, because I can talk now. Because I'm gonna talk about Deshaun Foster.
Oh,
but you
boy.
can go ahead, bro.
Most iconic touchdown in Super Bowl history. I don't care. Most iconic Super Bowl celebration in football history, buddy. Man.
Man.
Oh, God. We got screwed in that game. But, dog, yeah, so we talking about seeing the Panthers in some rough times, but, like, again, I didn't understand it. I didn't really start understand football until 2001. And we know what happened that Panther season 2001.
Of course. I don't even want to talk about it.
Look, bro. People... These new Panther fans, when Cam came here, look,
they don't know the
shit
struggles.
was bad.
They don't know the struggles.
They don't know the struggles. You guys came in when these boys were just flash. This is the team. We in commercials. Ain't nobody want to deal with no Panthers, bro. Right. I tell you what, we were competitive.
Of course.
There's one thing we can rely on was our defense. We were competitive.
That's about it.
But we weren't winning a whole lot of games until 2003. Okay. It was a long gap before we did anything.
Kerry Collins was always under the influence back then.
What could have been?
Yeah, he even said it.
Woo! You said it? I was drunk. I thought they said it. I could say it.
Yeah, Kerry Collins was toe up.
Kerry Collins. A lot of people like Kerry. Like, yeah, man, you remember the New York Giants quarterback when he took him to the Super Bowl? He was our quarterback. We drafted him. Right. Yeah, we drafted that boy, man. And man, what could have been to see how his kind of, I want to say, he was a good quarterback, but nothing to kind of make you go wow. But what he did with that New York Giants team in 2001 season, boy, I tell you what, I was kind of like, dang, I was like, nigga, you said that, boy.
But that New York Giants defense was really good. So,
oh man, their only problem is that they faced that Ravens in that Super Bowl.
I know.
Boy. So I mean, we get to there, 2003. I have a hard time. People they're like Cam's the only one that brought that to the Super Bowl, and I'm like, no, we've been there before.
Get down home, baby.
Yeah, they're like, when? And I had to tell them, they're like, Brady's second Super Bowl. They're like, no, and I had to go the Janet Jackson debacle in the halftime show. Oh yeah, that game.
Right.
Give me 1 second, bro.
Go ahead.
I'll tell your sister to shut up.
Oh Lord.
But yeah, I'm gonna get carried away talking about this. But that's about how deep my fandom goes. Like I say, I didn't start knowing the players on the team until that 2001 season when I was like, all right, this is my boys, and we won that first game, and it was just like,
that's it.
What happened?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Go ahead, Julie.
I'll tell you about how I started off a Carolina Panthers fan. I was born in Goldsboro, North Carolina. So I'm from the boonies. I'm from the boonies. The only thing that's there is an Air Force base, Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. But as a kid, I stayed there for about 2 years, and then we left there and we went to South Carolina and stayed in Myrtle Beach for another 2 years. My dad always been an Oakland Raider fan, but I always been watching football, and I used to always love Jerry Rice. So I was a 49ers fan for a long time until 1995 when they said, hey, we having the Carolina Panthers. So because when I was a kid, I was asking my daddy, do Carolina got a team? I didn't understand. And my dad was like, no, Carolina ain't got no team. You going to be an Oakland Raider fan? I said, Dad, I don't want the Oakland Raiders. No, I don't like the Oakland Raiders. So yeah, once 95 hit, I was waiting and hovering just for some Carolina gear, but my family was poor. So I had to kind of, so we used to go to a place called Montgomery Ward's.
You bring some people back.
Yeah, Montgomery Ward's. And Montgomery Ward's used to have the Panther jerseys. Mm-hmm. And my great grandmother, she used to take me there to go school shopping on her Montgomery Ward's card. So I used to have to that was my time frame to get me a Panthers jersey.
Okay. Okay.
So I had my own one little Panther jersey with no name on it, just a 0.
Wow.
Yeah, and I wore that until I stretched that damn thing out. And I've been a Carolina Panthers fan ever since. So yeah, and I love the Carolina Panthers like dearly. It's bad. I'm a bad Panthers fan. If I can go ahead and grab a piece of the field, I grab a piece of the field and put it in my house.
Listen,
I would.
Speaking of the field, brother. Speaking of the field, and I don't want to change this up. I don't mean cut you off.
Go ahead, bro.
Do you think the team has a problem with the field conditions?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, man. Okay. I mean the injuries that we have constantly every year is consistent. I don't think it's just because of the training, the wellness trainer that they have, who's a great trainer. You know what I'm saying? But I think that it's the field conditions, man, and whoever's maintaining that field. I mean, I don't want to criticize nobody because I understand he's trying his best, but at the same time, bro, if you're getting the same problems with these strained Achilles or torn ACLs, then who's responsible for this?
Yeah, what's the common denominator? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got veterans like Shaq Thompson who spoke up about it. Yeah. And you're talking about, hell, if I'm not mistaken, Shaq Thompson's the only one who was probably the last Panther that played on natural grass.
Yes, he is. He's the last one.
Yeah, and he didn't really have injury issues and stuff like that. I mean, people, when I had this conversation, people talk about, well, Kiki used to get injured. I said, Kiki got concussions. Okay. But, I mean, we weren't getting anything like that. I mean, maybe TD, maybe Thomas Davis, you know, every now and then, you know, his ACL tears and stuff like that.
ACL tears, yeah, and he come right back to back. That hurt my feelings when he tore his ACL again the following season. I sit and I watch him when he tore that ACL. I was like, damn, again?
Yeah, because no, that dude was a beast no matter what. But before that tear, man, he was everywhere.
Yeah, he was. He was everywhere. With him and Thomas Beeson, that linebacker core was
they were nasty about it.
Yeah, they really were.
And like I said earlier, if there's something we could rely on when it came to Carolina, it was that defense, man.
Yes, it was.
It was something we could always look forward to. We had a chance in the game, but we knew that defense was going to be there, and that's what I miss. You know, I think Evero could do it, but people are calling for Evero's head right now, buddy. I mean, are calling for his head, and I'm like,
the problem with our fan base. I mean, if you look last year, Evero held it down last year. The defense was phenomenal last year. They held it down. How the heck were you top 10 in defenses and you lost all those games?
Right. I mean, even Phil Snow, we don't want to talk about Matt Rule. But even Phil Snow had it together on that defense for a little bit, you know. Yeah. And that's just it's got so I get these. And I don't try to get in arguments, man. But when I say, like, for the last few years, I've been watching this team, and I mean, like, I was doing all 22 for a little bit and stuff like that. And you just, it's hard to keep a team when you're changing the regime every freaking year. People hated me and battle me on this and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think Matt Rule was a great fit, but
Matt Rule should never have a job in the NFL. Listen, just because you had 3 good seasons, and I mean, if you look at his track record, each year he was building, right? Each year he was building in college, but he wasn't perfecting college.
Right.
Him coming to the NFL and failing, that's what I expected. I was like, this is the wrong hire.
It's kind of like that when college coaches come to the NFL anyway. You know, for the exception of Jimmy Johnson.
Jimmy Johnson, I and believe it or not, man, Steve Spurrier ain't do a bad job with Washington. I mean, it wasn't a bad season. If you look at those games, no, let me take that back. They were bad because I was sitting there. They had all them Florida quarterbacks, and they let me take that one back.
Woo! That was his downfall.
Yeah, all them Florida quarterbacks, you can't pick it up. No,
was his
you know what?
downfall.
There hasn't been too much success with college coaches in the NFL. You're right, man.
Not
But,
even the Genius himself that was a coach at Alabama. What was his name? God, he just retired last year.
oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. He didn't do good.
No.
The coach for Seattle, he's
an exception.
Yeah.
And his thing is he's been in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's seen it before, failed, but came back and did what he did.
Right.
And it's like that for some coaches and stuff like that. But those who were successful right out the gate and come here, and now we're just in a time where owners just doesn't give anybody a chance. And as Panther fans, we should definitely understand that.
Listen here, man. The people that they're giving a chance, I think, of course, if you own a team, you have a right to choose who the heck you want. You paid billions of dollars for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, this is your team.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, let's make football sense. That's the reason why we got the quarterback that we have today.
Mm-hmm.
Because the owner of the team wanted that guy.
we gonna start it, and I was really trying so hard on this podcast, but I know it's our first episode, so we gonna get
go
right
ahead, bro. Listen, we're gonna get the shooting.
Yeah, I was really trying to go in the past.
It's gonna be a good. We can see him. We can talk about everything.
Oh yeah,
Come on, let's go.
I was really hurt when Jerry Richardson had to sell the team, and when you find out what happened, like I said, I'm trying to keep the racial thing and all that stuff out of it, the politics and stuff like that out of it as much as possible. But I knew whoever we're gonna get, this was gonna fall. And don't get me wrong, it's a love-hate relationship I have with Dave Tepper right now. I love Dave's energy. I love that he wants to win so bad. I love what he's doing for the community of Charlotte.
Oh yeah,
I love what he's doing
in Charlotte. Donating those glasses to those kids.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was amazing.
Yeah, it's like once you get the football side of it, you really see what this man does. You dig?
Sometimes I think that he is trying, because if you look at the staff last year, he paid everybody. He got everybody the best of the best last year.
Staff.
Last year, that coaching staff was best of the best. Everybody won something on that coaching staff last year.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't do well on the personnel part.
Right. I agree.
So you spend all this money on these coaches, but you don't got the personnel to match the coaches. So now you fell in not only the coaches, but you fell in the city of Charlotte, the state of North Carolina, the state of South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. He was on track with something last year. Now, yes, I'm one of the people who really wanted Steve Wilkes to stick around. I really want Steve.
Listen here, that man ruled with an iron fist. He old school. He's like this,
dude.
And I understand why some of the players were excited for him to leave for the new regime, but some people hated him to leave because he was organized and he ruled with iron fist.
Mm-hmm. I think with me, look, I'm a diehard when it comes to Ron Rivera and what he did.
Oh, of course, I'm a diehard Ron fan too. But his offensive coordinator,
who was it? Not Jesse Pump. Was it Jesse Pump?
The boy was a son of an NFL coach. Or was he a quarterback? Was it Dorsey?
Dorsey. There you go. Hold on. There you go. I think you're right. I think it was Dorsey. And then we end up getting no, I'm going backwards. I'm flipping around because I'm thinking about boy that used to coach at North Turner. I'm thinking about North Turner.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
I think North should never been there.
Dude, I don't think that was North's fault. North had Cam cooking that season. 2018, he had Cam. Cam was almost going for an MVP season until that shoulder injury. Okay. And I think Norv had something going on there until that injury with Cam. But I think you're right. I think it was Dorsey. that pretty much brought out Cam, let Cam do what he wanted to do and stuff like that. That we got to see the MVP Cam, but I think Turner, I think he kind of upped it a little notch until Cam got hurt.
To be honest with you, I was hoping that they gave Eric Bieniemy an opportunity to coach, because just to see how he would do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gave that guy, you gave this other guy out of college that has no NFL experience opportunity, but you got a guy that had, as an offensive coordinator, that won 3 Super Bowls. I think he should have had an opportunity to coach the Carolina Panthers, because we seen the struggle on offense.
Yeah, and that was a problem. And I don't want to 100% say the whole offense. I mean, the offensive line was atrocious at the time, but they had their moments and stuff like that. But when you had this quarterback carousel like we've been having the last 7 years and stuff like that, it doesn't help. And going back to what you were saying earlier about Dave Tepper wanted,
Bryce Young.
First of all, in your head at the time, you knew we were going to get CJ Stroud, right?
Listen here. So, be honest with you, I wanted the kid from out of Florida.
You want an AR-15?
Yeah, and the reason I wanted him was because his body.
Okay.
He's able to endure hits.
Right.
That's a big body. That man is big, and he got an arm. Any man that can throw 70 yards with ease.
Yeah, I'm with you. And we were already going through the issue with Baker Mayfield, the batted ball situation. So we're like, okay, maybe we don't need a small guy. We're done with small guys. You think after a few games of seeing that, you didn't think Bryce Young was on the table.
I didn't think Bryce Young was even near until the reports came out that they talked to him year before the draft and told him that, hey, the Carolina Panthers are going to need a quarterback, and we think you're going to be our guy. They told him a year before they entered the draft, so the Tepper family already knew that, hey, this is our guy.
I'm still trying to see it.
That man remind me of what I just flushed down the toilet yesterday, a turd.
Brother, even when he was in Alabama,
game manager,
and I'm a Bulldog fan. I always tell people I was beaten up into being a Bulldog fan. I was a Tech fan. I lived in Atlanta at the time. And it was like, oh, the area we moved in, it was all Bulldog Nation. So we've seen a lot and stuff like that. But I mean, I know the thing was this kid played in the SEC. He can handle it all, but we're talking about college football, bro.
Let's be real. I haven't seen one Alabama quarterback except Joe Namath to do anything.
Exactly. It's all a team, man. They're all about the receivers and the defense right there, buddy. And the running game.
Alabama, LSU, receiver U. Alabama do have some good running backs. They have some hit and misses on running backs. But running backs and wide receivers, I'll take an Alabama wide receiver, or Alabama running back any day. I'm not taking no Alabama quarterback. I'd rather go get me a quarterback out the mat.
I'm with you. So, with that being said, we talk about quarterbacks and stuff like that, and we're going to get to these NFL contracts in just a second.
Cam Ward.
I'm so traumatized with drafts right now. I don't even want to talk about draft.
Nah, it's going to be sad. I'm pretty sure we probably get the number 2 pick.
Dude, we better get a defender. That's what I want.
Listen here. I'm scared, right? Because the Tepper family going to be like they are. The first round is ours. The second round, let the coaches go. Second round on down, let the coaches do.
Let the GMs cook, man.
Let Dan Morgan do his thing.
Dan Morgan's trying to build a culture. Dan Morgan knows this culture. Let him do what he need to do. Look, I agree. I like Dave Canales, and I think if Dan wanted Dave Canales, yeah, I like this guy's. I like this guy's energy. It's a lot better than we had last year. And don't get me wrong, I liked Frank Reich. I was excited when we got Frank Reich, even though I wanted our boy we were talking about earlier, Wilkes,
Yeah,
and stuff
Steve
like that.
Wilkes.
But I knew the type of quarterback Frank Wright wanted, and I knew it had to be either CJ Stroud or AR-15 and stuff. And when we got Young, I was kind of like, Tepper done did it again. He stepped in again. He did it again. Him and his wife did it again.
Yeah.
And you see the results of it. And I'm not gonna say like what we saw last year. I was not ready for that. I knew
I was prepared for it. Once I seen the quarterback getting picked, I was like, "Oh, look, we about to get another first round."
About to die.
Yeah, because I know that Alabama is not a quarterback place.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that you find you a quarterback out of Alabama. Like I said, the only quarterback out of Alabama that's done anything was Joe Namath, and that was, what year was that? 1970 something. That's before he was damn born. So
I got tired of the narratives, comparing him to like Kyler Murray and stuff like that. But that's like night and day comparison.
I don't see that. I'm like, man, this man had all-star wide receivers. This man, all his wide receivers were between the ages of 19 and 23, and they all run 4.3s, 4.2s, 4.1s. They all can fly. When you get to the NFL, you got old men, you got grown ass men. We not no little boys here.
The game is
you know
fast.
What I'm saying?
It's sped up. You got to think quicker. And dude, that's where I started to be like, when they kept comparing him to Kyler Murray, I'm like, well, I've watched Bryce Young, and that boy ain't got Kyler Murray's speed. That boy can't get out the pocket like he does or anything like that. He's not built like Kyler Murray.
I just see him as a game manager, and
that's all he was.
That's not going to surplus in Frank Wright's offense. It won't going to work. It's definitely not going to work in Dave Canales' offense. We see it the first few games of the season. He's throwing to defenders and every damn thing. It's like, bro, you got an open post right there. Matter of fact, the post came back because you took your time.
It takes too much time. I was laughing at my cousin's like he's so pissed off. He's an Eagle fan, so he's not watching the games like us Panther fans are watching the game.
Yeah.
And I went to the Tampa game last year in Tampa, and even though it was a competitive game, but you can see the frustration with me. There's a few Panther fans behind me, and it's just like the way this boy steps back in the pocket. It's just like it's like a toddler taking a couple steps back, and it's like no energy behind it. It's just got the ball, and that's it. No pump fake, no nothing. And then next he's running for his life because the pocket's collapsing around him and stuff. And yeah, it is just taking too much time. So,
and plus his personality is flat.
My God,
it's flat. It's like, man, fat. How can you be a leader? How can you be a leader without no voice? And I applaud the Carolina Panthers for taking up for the quarterback. They've been really, really, they support Bryce Young. You're supposed to. That's your team. You're supposed to support every player in that room. But to sit there and say that this quarterback is on a level that y'all are on, that takes a lot of discipline and a lot of money, like they getting paid to say.
And ladies and gentlemen, Panther fans, this is why we have bets and our stars just walking off the team. Frankie Louvu, Oos.
Oh
you think he's gonna sit around another year? This?
Why would you let Frankie go?
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if Frankie didn't want to come here. And Frankie gives his all to Carolina. He's appreciative. We put Frankie on the map. You get what I'm saying? Frankie did his thing here.
Listen here, he was the only thing that was moving him around.
Oh, dog. And it frustrates me because, first of all, we had a chance to keep Hassan Reddick with Brian Burns.
That was crazy too.
Bro, I was surprised when we let him go. But then
I'm not surprised. You know why?
Really?
Because it's the Tapper family. they let's see. This has been nothing but a circus since he took over the Carolina Panthers. It has been nothing but a circus. The way he did Cam Newton, he just threw Cam Newton in the middle of the season without giving the Cam Newton a proper offseason to even understand what the heck is going on here. You say, hey man, you just go out there and just play.
I get frustrated about the whole thing, buddy. I really do. I really do. And it's like that's our franchise quarterback. And you were so ready to get rid of this guy. So ready to get rid of this guy. All you had to do was get this shut down your franchise quarterback to get healthy. Do the right thing.
Take care of your people. Take care of your people. But the thing is, why are we taking care of certain people? We're not taking care of everybody on the team. Certain people getting taken care of. You know? And it's just bad judgment, I think, with the Carolina Panthers. And I really hope and pray that they get better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why, like, this year, I'm just like, let Canales and Dan Morgan cook, dude. I don't care. We all knew the season was gonna be bad. Especially what we saw last year. We knew what was gonna happen.
But
we knew
trade up for that kid, though, like they traded up. Man, you gave away a future of picks. You gave away a whole number 1 pick.
You gave away a 25-year-old wide receiver. A 25 number 1 wide receiver to get this kid to throw to who? To throw to who? Thielen? And a bunch of other rookies?
Oh my God.
Ian Thomas?
And I like Ian. I just don't think he's in the right.
No. Ian was good when we had a McCaffrey. We had a running back. And I'm not shitting on Chuba. Chuba's my boy. Chuba's my dog.
Listen, he pounding. That boy's pounding.
Chuba is my dog. And I tell you what.
But to be honest with you, I really think that at this point, they just need to go ahead and reboot.
Rebuild? You mean like start it over? Burn it down?
Start everything over. Like,
brother.
I mean, listen, have you've been watching college football, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said we need a defender.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So who would you select?
Boy from UCLA.
You talking defensive end?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. I can look it up, but the boy from UCLA. And he's one of the higher one. But I'd rather get somebody from the SEC. I ain't gonna lie, somebody a little bit bigger. But dude from UCLA, defensive end. What's his name? I could be off. Latu?
Oh yeah, Latu. Yeah, Latu.
Yeah. I think he'd be a fresh start. And the reason why I say that now, I know we're in a 3-4 defense right now. And we got a Derrick Brown and stuff, but after letting go Brian Burns, and I know a lot of people were like, they think Brian Burns was shit. Well, people were double teaming Brian Burns for a reason.
Right.
Okay. Now, guys, yes, the season's lost. We have a lot of injuries. Our captains, all our captains are injured. Okay. Right. Even Frankie, what's his name? Frankie, nah. Yeah, well, he's special teams captain and stuff like that. But all our captains are down and stuff. So I think we need to go defense. I think offense, we did everything right by getting that offensive line correct. We did it right. I think we did it right last year and stuff. But I think we let go too much. This year, we seem to build, and I'm tired of them saying that it's not a rebuild season. It's a retool. Sir, it's a rebuild. It's a rebuild. We're not going to be keeping anybody around. And just the way we let Frankie Lewer walk and Brian Burns walk when we could have gotten 2 first-round draft picks with Brian Burns and didn't do it. Bro.
Crazy. I mean, I listen, I love Brian Burns, but the amount of money that he was talking, I wouldn't have paid him.
Mm-hmm. And I don't blame him. And you know what? I think he wanted to leave in the first place, but I don't blame him for doing what he did. And like I said earlier, you got somebody like Bryce Young, and you know you're going to next season, and that's your quarterback. You know, what would you do? You know, what would you do? I'm trying to look at these contracts. These are guys who are in the final year of the contracts and stuff. Come on, ads, get out of here. And I had this thing up. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead, cook while I try to figure this out.
Listen, you know, I've been watching. They're talking about trading Deontay.
Yeah, in the middle of the season.
Yeah, well, you know, the trade deadline is about to come up in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. And so, what do you think about that?
Because they don't want to pay the man.
Right.
That right there is something. the man hasn't had a quarterback to actually throw to him. So you can't really figure out what he's able to do. You gave him somebody to throw to him, but they haven't been consistent. I mean,
Right.
the Red Rifle, we seen on one game,
Mm-hmm.
one good game the Red Rifle had, but after that, it's been
The dude is open when you need him to be open. I say last game was probably his worst game he had in a while
yeah.
and stuff. But I mean, Johnson's cooking, and I would hate to give him up. And this is his final year of his contract anyway.
Yeah, because he's trying to get more money. That's the reason why
Yeah.
the Pittsburgh got rid of him, because of the money.
Mm-hmm. And his problem in Pittsburgh was he didn't think he was getting the catches that he wanted, which is really why I was surprised he even came here in the first place with a quarterback like Bryce Young after seeing what you saw last year. But a lot of people didn't want to blame Bryce Young. They want to blame the fact that this dude had a coach for 10 games, had another coach, and it just kind of with the shit and the ownership. So people were trying to get Bryce Young a chance. I wasn't. But
listen, after the
I
first
hate
3 games, I knew he was garbage.
Dude, you got your running back trying to push you in position underneath the center because you're in the wrong spot. Something's wrong. And I know Donovan McNabb's done that a couple of times, but goddamn, that was in the heat of a game, you know? All right, so who we got? We got Austin Corbett, Andy Dalton, Jordan Fuller, Shaq Thompson, Sam Franklin, Johnny Hecker, Ian Thomas, Brady Christensen. I'm going to start with some hot names like Brady Christensen. He's in his final year. Go ahead. You ready to cook on Brady?
See, if you remember when they first drafted Brady Christensen, they put him out there at tackle.
Right.
And they let him start, and he was getting ran the freak over.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Then they was like, okay, well, he can't play tackle. We're going to throw him in at guard.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He's been shining the last couple seasons, though. And when he's healthy. Right. Austin Corbett the same way. They put him at center this year, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
They put him at center.
And he got hurt again.
Yep. And he was doing just fine under center until he got hurt.
Man, with that fumble.
Yeah. Yeah. This is what I want to know. And only reason why I'm talking about him because he's been here. Yep, he's been here.
He's not but 30 years old, man. You can get 4 more years out of him.
A healthy Shaq?
You can get 4 to 3 years out of him.
Yeah.
But of course, 4 to 3 years, keep him on like a $5 million deal.
Mm-hmm.
$5-6 million deal. Keep him because you need that leadership.
Thank you. I agree. And I was hoping you say something crazy so I could disagree, but I agree.
No, you need that leadership in Shaq Thompson. I don't care how hurt he gets or what he got going on.
Right.
You need that leadership.
And
and Jordan Fuller. I definitely keep Jordan Fuller, Shaq Thompson, JJ Jansen, because JJ is a good long snapper. People don't talk about how good his long snapping is, but he may be old, but he snaps that ball back there. We ain't had too many.
We ain't had any issues.
Right. And Ian Thomas, I like Ian. Like I said, my personal opinion is just that he ain't blossom the way he needed to blossom, but I think they're gonna let him go next year.
Ian's only good for the run game, and when you see Ian Thomas in there, you know what's going to happen, and that's the problem.
Of course,
that's the issue. And
yeah, but
I know when he's in there, we're going to cook on that run, but that's the only threat he possesses. And a lot of people, were just wondering. They were saying Ian was trash because that interception in the Atlanta game that Andy Dalton threw when we were down 28-20, about to make a comeback in the game. They're like, this is why we don't need Ian Thompson. It's like, well, you didn't look at the whole play. Okay. Dalton had an option short, like just 5 yards in front of him, which was Jonathan Mingo. And what Jonathan Mingo did in that Bengals game, do you trust to throw that ball to Jonathan Mingo in that situation?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Never.
Exactly. So yeah, he tried to throw a tight one to Ian Thomas. I always say Ian Thomas is like a woman, a pregnant woman running with a purse. I don't know why it does, but Shaq is one I'm wondering what's happening. And a lot of people are crapping on him because they think because you play with somebody like Luke Kuechly that you better shine. You better pick up what Kuechly left off. And that's not what Shaq was drafted for in the first place.
Well, I'm loving what the rookie doing.
You talking about late on me. I know you told me because he made a big time tackle last game.
Yes, he did. Trevon Wallace.
There you go. Warden or Woton or something.
No,
you're right. Wallace. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Wallace. And he's running from side to side, sideline to sideline.
Mm-hmm.
The kid is definitely running. How much dead money? I think Carolina had a whole bunch of dead money this year.
Only $1 million, buddy.
Huh?
I think just $1 million.
That's it? And dead money?
Yeah, and next year we'd be back at 25 mil. But I think this year we only have $1 million. And there's another app I used to use, but I can't find it anymore. It ain't doing it, but it used to calculate for you and tell you how much dead money is. But those of you who want to figure out about dead money, I'd say the best podcast to go to is Panther Nation Podcast, P&P. If you want to learn about free agency and how the contract stuff work, go check those guys out because I am not a pro at it and stuff. But you should have access on here to how to do it if you know where to go to.
Well, listen, I'm sitting here. I'm on my phone right now trying to find dead money. I was like, man, how much dead money do Carolina have? Because
look it up.
Because I'm scared that they're not going to have no money for the cap next year because
I think
the amount of money they over the cap this year.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, they only got 209,000 this year.
Oh God, wow.
209,000 of dead money. That's nothing.
Wow.
But it's gonna have 54 million next year dead money.
54 million
next year.
Even if we were to sign these guys and stuff, yeah, we should. I'm doing stuff over here, Julius.
Now go ahead, brother. Do what you got to do. I'm sitting here looking at this money, looking at this cap.
Oh my God. What are you seeing right now?
I'm trying to find out who would be the dead cap players that they playing.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jordan Matthews and.
While you do that, I'm gonna speak about Andy Dalton for a little bit, as far as this cap situation stuff. And for a lot of us know that this is also his last year. People are wondering, do we bring him back next year?
No.
And I'm really
no.
Even with the perception that Bryce Young is maybe finished in Carolina. You don't think so?
Listen here. Nobody never wants to feel like their investment didn't work out.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody never want to feel like their investment never ever works out, and I doubt that the Tepper family let Bryce Young go. I bet he stays there next year, and I bet you they don't draft another quarterback until another 2 years from now.
Right.
And I believe the quarterback that they probably looking at next is the Manning. And
for next year's draft,
huh?
For the 2025 draft or 2026?
2026.
Manning. That's been in the back of my head, and that's just me hoping and wishing.
Ain't no hoping and wishing. They're going to be shitty for the next 2 years, bro.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I have a feeling what's going to happen is Cleveland is about to release Deshaun, and I think Carolina is going to pay Deshaun just a little bit of money because Cleveland's going to end up having to pay Deshaun the rest of that money.
Yeah.
It ain't the full contract because he got hurt. So now they get ready to cut him.
Yeah.
And Carolina's going to have an opportunity to pay him and pick him up.
Let's be honest. I mean, let's be real. We're really a quarterback away. We really are. Now, I do say this year what's hurting us with with old Andy Dalton, that Mr. Reliable Thielen's not out there. I do realize that. and we're not going to keep Thielen forever.
No.
And I know that, for certain. And all of this does seem a little bit kind of crazy, but I mean, Legette is cooking with Dalton. I mean, he's had a little couple rookie drops there and stuff like that, but Legette's out there. Legette.
Yeah, Legette. Wait, that's my type of guy because I'm a country boy, so I love Legette.
Oh man, I love it.
A lot of people don't understand the word he's saying out of his mouth, but I understand every
word. But I'm only saying this, Julius, when it comes to like Andy Dalton situation, and like I don't think it is a good idea to go ahead and pay a man another year and stuff just to have Bryce Young sit behind him again. Because I mean, at some point this season, Bryce Young may have to come back if that's the plan to keep him another season.
I think he's gonna come back, man. I doubt the Tappers will want to feel like they made a bad decision with him, and they want to sit down, let that play out for the next 2 years there in Carolina. But like I said, I also think like they're gonna let Deshaun Watson go, and I think Carolina's gonna be in the play to get Deshaun Watson. I wouldn't be surprised.
As a starter or a backup?
I think they're gonna give him an opportunity to press.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be an open battle next year, I believe. I think they're gonna have Deshaun Watson, Bryce Young, and they probably pick up another quarterback because I don't know why do they like the other kid they've been picking up, the tall kid.
Talking about what's his name? Plummer.
Yeah, Plummer.
Yeah, Jack Plummer.
Yeah, Jack Plummer. I think they're gonna have them three. They're gonna have Deshaun Watson, Plummer, and Bryce Young, and I think that they're going to try to have them compete for the first spot. And of course, Deshaun Watson going to win because he has more experience, and then he has a comfort from being out the limelight. Because down in Carolina, people don't care nothing but winning.
Yeah. That's all we want. This has been depressing.
Yes.
It's been depressing, my man.
And then on top of that, they ain't got to pay Deshaun Watson that much money. Just like the deal that Pittsburgh gave to
Justin Fields and Russ.
Just like the deal that they gave to Russell Wilson, because Russell Wilson signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers for $1 million.
That's it.
$1 million this season because Denver has to pay him for the rest of the season. So I think Carolina, if they do what they're supposed to do, go ahead and get Deshaun Watson, because they've been talking about Deshaun Watson for 3 years coming back to Carolina.
Oh man, I was wishy-washy about that, buddy, because I got daughters, bro. But
I know I got a daughter.
I want to win though.
I got a daughter too, and I love my baby. Baby till I die. I love all my niece. I got a niece, cousins, all of them. I love my women.
Oh yeah.
But it's like I don't believe all those women were right. It's like a big lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
What do people do in class action lawsuits? They get on class action lawsuits knowing they ain't got nothing to do with the damn lawsuits. No, you don't deserve that money, but you went and got that money anyway because it's right there for you to go get.
There you go. It's like the VA with the hearing loss situation.
Right. Listen here, man. A lot of people don't even have no tendonitis. I know you ain't got no tendonitis. You ain't do nothing. You was sitting. You was a supply sergeant. Boy, you sit down. You sit down inside that room all day, day, bro. You ain't do nothing.
But did I go for it? Yep.
Boy, you sitting there and supplying there all day, handing out food and stuff, bro. You handing out in trenches and suits and stuff, bro. You ain't out there in the field. You ain't out there in the field listening to them Humvees. Yeah, you ain't out there. You ain't out there throwing grenades.
Nothing.
You ain't out there in the field, bro.
Nah,
bro. No. So I think of that matter. I think that's what happened to him. And when you got money to, you be like, man, let me close this out. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna pay people to hush them out.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. And I hope that's just all it is and stuff like that. Would I love to see him in Carolina? Yeah, because I know he can come in here and cook. I mean, especially what we saw what he did in Houston,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I know.
I knew the Cleveland situation was going to be a dumpster fire. I mean, that's just
Listen, yeah,
Cleveland.
man. We may not don't have a Cadillac, but we do have a Buick down there in Carolina, and I think he can go ahead and he can drive that Buick to a playoff game.
Yeah, I agree, man. And I was all for the bench, and it's had nothing to do with the fact that I didn't want Bryce Young as my quarterback or anything like that.
Hell,
But
I
benching
didn't
him
want
at the
Bryce
game,
Young as my quarterback. I knew better than that.
no.
I like my quarterback.
But benching him at the week 2 and all ESPN, everybody was going nuts. How can you do this to a first round draft pick? Come on, and all that. This team needed that, and Bryce needed that. Even if we don't see him or if he does come back and stuff, this team need to see how this offense can work. I mean, we only got a chance to see the offense shine last year once, and it was against that Green Bay game, and we still lost it. Actually twice when we played Seattle last year, and that's when Dalton was at center. But the only time we really got to see Bryce Young really cook was against Green Bay, and that was a bad defense by Green Bay, by the way, and stuff. But I was all for it. It showed that maybe we know any other time when it came to David Tepper in a situation like that, David Tepper probably would have been like, "No, you ain't benching him. I put a lot on this guy."
Right.
But I give Dave Tepper for allowing Dave Canales to do that. I give Dave Canales for going up to Tepper and telling him this is what's going to happen and stuff like that. So that just that little bit gives me hope because we have not seen that in the last few years. It's always been Tepper had his hands on everything. Am I right? So
I mean, it's kind of hard to have a hedge fund guy that's so hands-on with everything. He hands-on with everything, and everything he's involved with has his touch.
Yeah.
He don't let his CEOs or CFOs, do their jobs or whatever. He has a touch in everything he do.
And that blows my mind for a guy who was part owner of the Steelers for a while, not for a couple of years, for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing how that organized, it just lets me know that you didn't really pay attention. You were just there to say I had ownership of Steelers at one point,
and to get his Super Bowl rings. That's it.
There you go. And I'm like, Pittsburgh don't fire head coaches.
No, they don't. They keep them regardless. Lose, win. They keep them, and they keep them to a point where it gets to a point where they can't coach no more. They keep them till they can't coach no more.
Guys,
you don't be a coward. You know what I'm saying,
bro?
He coached there forever.
Dog, I'm Panther fans. Let me give you a shocking thing here. We talking about Dave Tepper, okay, former part owner of the Steelers. We talking about a franchise who's only had 3 head coaches in the last 60 years. Think about that. 60 years, 3 head coaches. And
That's amazing.
And we've had how many in the last 7? Actually, we've had 7 in the last 4 years.
Yes, literally.
Yeah. I know Tepper wants to do his thing. I know Tepper loves the fans. I know Tepper's a guy that wants to be out there with the fans. I mean, that dude like he went to party when he came here. I was all for it, and
I was all for it too, but I wasn't for all the hands-onness. But if anybody spent over $1 billion on a franchise, what you expect them to do? Yeah. So I can't be mad at you because I ain't spend $1 billion because I ain't got $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
I understand everybody in that building gets a check that says David Tepper at the bottom of it.
Right.
Tepper Entertainment at the bottom of it. It don't say the people of Charlotte or the people of South Carolina. It says Dave Tepper. So I understand why he's doing what the heck he's doing, but do I think it's right? Hell no.
No.
Because he just out there just having a fantasy. Fulfilling a fantasy.
One thing I can say about this guy, if he lets this train roll with Dan Morgan Canales, at least he's learning. And that's all we can ask for.
I think Dan Morgan is the important piece in this because Dan Morgan knows exactly what it needs to thrive. He's seen it. He's seen it when he was in Seattle. He played for a team that he know what a defense is. He know what a defense needs to thrive. So when you see somebody like him there, I expect nothing but a great defense.
Right. I would ask Panther Nation, I know things seem bad. I know this season seems a lot worse than last year, but don't hit that panic button, guys. We got a lot of injuries.
Well, we know this year is not our year,
Mm-hmm.
and we know we're not going to have a good year next year unless something dramatically change at quarterback.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which we don't see that happening because nobody want to admit they're at fault.
Right. Right. We could talk about this all day.
I can talk about this all day too, bro. I love my Carolina Panthers. I'm passionate about them, but it's sad to see the direction of where we're going right now.
And the problem with that, Julius, is I had him. I just drew a blank.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
We don't know where to go. We don't know, where to go. I scream out, I want to draft the defense, and I'm saying that because I've been screaming that the last couple of years. I want a defender in a draft. That's what I want. And like I said, I am traumatized and traumatized last year's draft. What happened, the guy that we selected and stuff like that. But that's kind of the problem with me is like, where do you go from here? And I do agree with you when you said, hey, just blow it up. Say what it is. It's not a retool, it's a rebuild.
Yeah, you have to. You got to. I'm just so upset that that we're not gonna have no money next year.
Yeah. And that's the problem. And it does spark the question, where do you go? So we got no choice but to go through the draft. We're not getting people here from the free agency. It's not going to happen. I'm still shocked we got Deontay Johnson. I am shocked. Okay. And people go, well, we got Miles Sanders last year. We got him because of Frank Wright. We got those pieces. And now those pieces are about to leave,
And I'm hoping they trade him. Trade Miles Sanders, get the draft capital, draft capital that we need so we can retool.
Yeah.
You want to retool. Draft the people that don't want to be there. There's a whole bunch of people in that locker room that don't want to be there.
You have no choice. David's coming in a situation. Yes, we know that he came here to be the quarterback whisperer and all that. Yes, I know he agreed to say I could probably fix Bryce Young and stuff like that. But at the same time, Dave Canales did not draft Bryce Young, y'all.
He got a flat tire that he can't patch up.
Ooh, man. And bitched him after the second game. Andy Dalton's in the news, y'all. Family involved in a car accident, his wife, his kids, and stuff. Multiple reports, spokesman said a 36-year-old was headed westbound on Sardis Road, approaching Providence Road. You guys familiar with that area? You might have an idea.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Okay, but it doesn't seem like anybody was transported to the hospital or anything like that. Everything seems to be all right, but nobody's reporting, if he's going to be able to start the next game or anything like that. I just hope, even if he has to sit out this game, it's very understanding. Checking your family, that comes first, no matter what, y'all.
Of course, but it's so funny, man. People as fans don't realize how outside stuff impact football players, right? They just think, hey, you get out in that field and just play. Football players have families. They go through things too. Just because you pay somebody $1 million does not mean they're not human.
Shut up and dribble.
Yes, and they have feelings. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it where people not understanding that. That these are people that breathe, eat, and shit just like everybody else.
There you go.
And respect their privacy.
Yeah, that's all we can do.
Respect people's privacy. But you know what? I've seen some diehard fans do some diehard stuff, bro.
You got stories?
Man, being in that stadium, man, that stadium, I've seen some crazy stuff. And I'm like, man, I love my Carolina Panthers. I go there, I paint my face.
Yep.
I paint my face when I'm there, paint my beard all black and blue. But some of the stuff, you sitting there waiting for the tunnel for these men to leave, and now you following these men, and why they leaving? Why you want to follow this man to his home?
People are crazy, man. And you got I was watching a video on that. It was this big time Panther fan, and he followed Charles Johnson down there almost to his car one time. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, just for just a sign, and it wasn't a jersey sign, it was just like a sign it was like a stop sign or something like that, just to sign it and stuff like it. It's crazy. And so, dude, I'm a diehard brother, but I don't think I can go that hard.
No,
will I go crazy on my boys? Yes,
of course. I respect space, and I respect them as human beings, not as just football players. I understand that you got families. I understand that somebody may have 5 women, and he trying to figure out in his head which woman he want to be with. That right there mess a man up in the game. You got to think he ain't gonna be able to be focusing on playing.
There you go. There you go. And I like I said earlier, I don't know where to go from here and stuff like that. But I do got a question for you, Julius.
Talk to me.
And it's a basic little question, and it's not gonna do with this season. If you had to choose a team, okay, if you had to start all over, it's actually 2 questions because I kind of just popped in my head just a second ago. Bear with me. If you was earlier, you said that your dad was an Oakland Raider fan.
Yeah.
Right. Who would that team be if the Carolina Panthers did not exist?
What team I would root for?
Mm-hmm.
If there was no Carolina, like I said, man, my dad was an Oakland Raider fan, and I pretty much love the San Francisco 49ers because of Jerry Rice. But my favorite player of all time is Barry Sanders.
Wow. You actually watched that man play.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that man play the year he retired.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The year he retired was the first time I saw that guy play.
But I don't know, man. That's a hard question, man. Like I said, I love San Fran because, I mean, even before then, I grew up watching football, and I kind of understood football at a young age. So I love watching Joe Montana. You know what I'm saying? I was a big Joe Montana fan. And then to watch Joe Montana leave and Steve Young coming in and fill them seats right after him. And I watched the 49ers be prosperous.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And to see Joe Montana when he went to the Kansas City Chiefs and watch Kansas City Chiefs move with Joe Montana and Marcus Allen at running back, I loved it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that's really hard, man.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't even really know. Yeah. Because today, the team that I admire today, I really admire the Baltimore Ravens.
Thank you. I've always admired that franchise, and I have to agree with you. And I'm not talking about player-wise, but just how they operate.
Right. They operate year after year after year. It's the same mentality, defense. You know, they hit big with their quarterback.
And it kind of makes you wonder, Cleveland, what if you guys gave them that stadium and they didn't move? You know?
Yeah, right.
It makes you wonder, man. And the way Ozzie Newsome was operating, you know, that way they do that draft.
Oh yeah, man.
They make it so simple, and it just works.
It works. Their system works.
Yep. You hit that one with me. And were you done?
Bro, listen, I could talk all day about this, bro. But like I said, the Baltimore Ravens is the team that I would say I admire today if the Carolina Panthers were not there.
Yeah. I agree. They're definitely my pick. The Eagles, like I said, because of my dad. My dad's a big Eagle fan, and I love that fan base. I've been to the Eagles band at Lincoln, Veterans Stadium.
Veterans Stadium.
Yeah, they're last year there.
Listen, I don't mess with no Eagles fans. They like to go to jail. They got a jail in the stadium. They got a courthouse in the stadium. You got a courthouse and a jail in the stadium. What in the world?
And I thank God I was just a kid. Yeah. Right. And they don't hold back on kids either, man. They throw snowball at a kid, and
they don't care who it is.
But yeah, the vet was nice.
No. Oh man, I tell you, I went to a San Diego and Oakland game, and that game was somebody get beat up after the game
in Oakland,
bro. Yes, they all over a game. I'm like, man, is this game paying y'all bills?
Yeah. We see that side of Oakland all the time, but people don't realize it's like that in San Francisco as well. Fans get crazy like that. Yeah.
I want to talk about San Francisco. I had a bad experience in San Francisco.
Oh no. Changing the subject.
Yeah. I had a bad experience.
Oh boy. My second question was 2003 Panthers or the 2015 Panthers?
2015. Gotta love Cam Newton. I don't care what anybody say. Cam Newton is the when people say Carolina Panthers, the first thing they're gonna say is Cam Newton.
Yeah. I go 2003 only because
what?
Yeah.
Lightning and Thunder?
I go 2003. And I love that 2015 Panthers. That was so fun.
Yeah, Lightning and Thunder in the backfield, bro.
Yeah.
Jonathan Stewart.
What's his name?
D'Angelo Williams.
Davis and Foster.
I love Davis and I love Foster. Davis is a pounding guy. Foster was kind of shifty, but he wasn't nothing compared to D'Angelo Williams.
True.
Or Jonathan Stewart. Both of them 1,000-yard seasons and 1,000 yards in the same season, both.
Yeah. That season was part of, I mean, that made me be proud to be a Panther fan. And at the same time, like I said, the 2000 reason why
Cam Newton, and then Steve Smith on the outside, Mizzy Muhammad in the slot.
that 2015 team was
Ricky Pro. Yeah, Ricky Pro.
Yep. Yeah, we
man,
had Ricky
come
Pro.
On, man.
Yeah.
Ricky Pro won't nothing compared. Mizzy Muhammad would turn Ricky Pro at. Come on, man.
Yeah, man. Dude, we had a lot of no names except for Smith. Muhammad and whatnot. There was a lot of no names on the team. So, like I said, anywhere I went, it was hard being a Panther fan. And Atlanta as well, which is they got some Panther fans there, but you got to find them. You know, what I'm saying?
Find them in Atlanta, man. Let's see,
I was a kid at the time. I was like, what, 15, 16, 2003.
Atlanta is a different type of city.
Mm-hmm.
And Atlanta supports Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Listen here, I ain't never seen so many Georgia Tech fans in my life. I ain't never seen. Listen here, those Braves, Falcons.
That's the funny thing. Now, it wasn't always like that, like the way it is now when it came to those Falcon fans. Like they were just very much fair weather, like it is with our team.
Get out of here.
Oh yeah, and I lived through that. And so I remember going to Panther games in Atlanta, and it was just like, it was like what you see here. You see a lot of fans of the other teams, stuff like that. Right. It was never filled. But I'm telling you, when Mike Vick came.
Oh yeah, Mike Vick changed that franchise.
When Mike Vick came, bro.
Listen, Mike Vick brought the drug dealers inside that stadium. They was on the sidelines wearing big chains. Before Mike Vick, there was nobody in that stadium wearing big chains like that on the sideline.
Not even the 98 Dirty Birds that went to that Super Bowl.
Right. Jamal.
Yeah. Chris Chandler and all them stuff.
Right.
Mathis, Tony Martin and Mathis,
Yeah.
And you just they weren't talked about. Yeah, you heard about them when they were in the playoffs, but that was it. But man, when Vic came, it's like what happened in here with Cam Newton. When Cam Newton came to Carolina,
that was that catalyst.
Yes,
that catalyst that changed that franchise.
Yes,
and that's the reason why I say anything with any team Cam Newton on, Cam Newton can still have a losing season, but he's still making impact. He's still out there selling tickets, even on the losing season. Because people wanted to come there just to see him. Oh.
We were tuning in and watching. It ain't like this shit, man, dude. I mean, dude, I was zoned out the second, dude. I was yawning in the first quarter of this last game, bro. I was yawning, and I watched some bad games, bro. But I mean, like this year, last year, dude, I don't ever remember being tired. I don't know if I'm just getting a little older or whatever, but
yeah,
bro. I mean, I'm falling asleep during games, dude. Like it's baseball games.
I watch the game to look at particular players when it comes to Carolina.
Yeah,
I want to watch how particular players play. I'm looking at what the rookies are doing because I already knew this season is shot. So I'm looking particularly at their position. I'm not watching nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just watching certain players because my heart is already broken. They already broke my heart.
Yeah.
You broke my heart because you didn't want to get a quarterback. You didn't get a real quarterback. You want to get somebody there that's just to fill a spot.
You want to talk about hurting feelings? I had to kind of hurt my cousin's feeling this year because we do the NFL the direct thing since they went digital and stuff like that lately on the internet. And I paid for it last year. We split it 3 ways. You want to watch his Eagles? He lives in Tampa. I want to watch my Panthers, man. I swear, I was like, I can't believe I wasted this money on this.
Right.
And this year, he was like, hey, you want to do it again? I was like,
no,
not at all.
I'll
go back to watching it free on the internet somehow.
Right. That's exactly where I'm at.
Yeah, I can't pay for this. And I mean, like, dog, I only got this jersey because I don't fit my other jerseys no more.
Well, all my house burnt down. My house burnt down 2 years ago, so
wow,
I don't have nothing. I'm starting all over again, fresh. So I don't have any Panther gear. Like I was saying. Matter of fact, I was sleeping in my bed the other day. I was like, man, damn, my Panther flags. I ain't got my Panther flags no more.
Yeah.
So I gotta re-up all of my Panthers gear. I gotta re-up. I mean, I got my Panthers long sleeve shirt, and I got another Panthers long sleeve for this winter. But here in Virginia, just like there in Florida, it's been warming up. It was like 79 degrees today.
Oh,
it's
that sounds
79
wonderful.
degrees tomorrow.
That sounds wonderful.
Yes, it's gonna be 79 tomorrow.
Oh my God, I'd like to hear anything in the 70s, man, because this 90s crap over here. I mean, I got a Panther beanie here I can never wear here ever.
Oh my God,
I can't do it. Can't do it, man. And the time I wanted to actually wear it was in Connecticut yesterday, and I just realized I ain't got my beanie. I wanted to wear my beanie, And speaking of Connecticut, I got my girlfriend. She got a brother who's like a diehard Panther fan, and he's only he's turning 16 this year.
Oh,
so
Lord.
He started watching Panthers when cameras around.
Yeah.
I had a look and I said, bro, it's not too late to change teams, man. It's not too late.
Yeah, man, you're still a baby, man. You're still growing and still learning.
I'm stuck in this.
Yeah,
I'm stuck in this.
Right.
It's okay to change, bro. He's like, it ain't that bad. I was like, bro, it's bad.
It's bad, bro. This is not a team to be proud of. This is not a team that you want to really be promoting and gloating about. But I promote and gloat my Carolina Panthers still. Like, I was planning on going to the game in DC this weekend because my uncle is a diehard Washington fan, right?
I was wondering about that, but I know you had some personal things you had to take care of the week prior.
Of course, bro. But I was planning on going to the game this weekend, but then he called me and said, hey, you coming? I'm gonna come pick you up. Hell no, I ain't coming the next. I already knew what was gonna happen. Why would I want to go there to a slaughter? I don't want to sit there. A slaughter.
Yeah. I didn't see that.
And then you get slaughtered by a rookie quarterback.
Everywhere we look around, we're looking like we see the mistakes. We play. Yeah, we beat CJ Stroud last year, but did we really beat him? No. Okay, no. But you see what that boy did. Yeah, and I'm not going to sit here and say, had he came here, he would have done the same thing. No, probably not.
But he would have won more games than Bryce Young.
We would have been competitive.
I put money on that.
We would have been competitive.
Yeah, would have been competitive.
Yeah, probably won 7 games.
I probably would. I wouldn't doubt that. Wouldn't doubt that at all.
We still had people, even after the season last year. And I'm telling you, you got to check out the Black Cat Panther podcast, guys. If you ever look at this, check out the Black Cat Panther podcast. And boy, you got some fans in there that was still saying we were probably gonna win like 11 games this year, and I'm just like, what the hell were you?
It blows my mind to listen to the delusional Carolina Panthers fan. They don't accept reality, right?
The Bryce sessions.
They don't want to accept the fact that this team is not what it seems to be. It's like a facade. You know,
and you're in Virginia, so you're kind of close to a lot of Panther fans, maybe in your area.
Of course. Well,
Is
no,
this?
no. We have more Pittsburgh Steelers fans here in the state of Virginia
Yeah.
than we have anything. My fault. This state is divided. Pittsburgh Steelers and Washington Redskins.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
finding a Carolina Panthers fan is far between. Number two, I can just drive 45 minutes up the road and go to
Yeah.
Carolina, and I can find me some Carolina Panthers fan. But for the most part, it's Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Redskins, the Washington Commanders.
And that sad thing is like that in Charlotte too.
I know.
You know, I mean, dude, you get so tiring. You know, it's to the point that these podcasters they're about to shut down their podcasts. They can't do no more. There's nothing else to talk about besides bitch and whine about it and stuff, and then listen to the delusion and trying to get these people to understand. You still think Bryce was the answer, like, you know, like.
I'm amazed at anybody who thought Bryce was the answer, because after a year of watching somebody play that horrible with the decision-making skills, you know, you give them an opportunity again, and then they still show you that they're mediocre in 3 damn games. What they say, if it hits like a snake and slither on like a snake, then what is it?
Oh, they're gonna blame it on the defense. That's the only thing. The defense is terrible, and it's like, so the defense is on there. It's on the field 70% of the time.
Bro, they tired. They need to breathe. They need some water. I'm about to say they need some Hennessy. They don't need no Hennessy, but they need some water. They need some Gatorade. Let them go get some Gatorade and breathe. Get the breathing machine.
That's how you separate a football fan from a fan who's just a fan of a team and nothing else. They don't look at the all season. They hoot and holler about the off season. So, and don't get me wrong, I fell victim to the off season this year. Not the Buffalo game. I knew that was bullshit, but you know, not starting Bryce Young in these games until the third game. You know, I fell victim to some things. You know, you saw some flashes.
That was due to the inexperience of our coach, right? He tried to cater to our veterans.
Yeah, he's doing it now.
Yeah, I mean, he catered to the veterans. He is a player's coach.
Too much of a player's coach.
Yes. So when you push to your veterans, not thinking that, hey, they're gonna be all right when the season, all they need to do is just run,
right,
instead of actually running the plays and getting the reps, we're gonna have this problem.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I'm still waiting for us to run the ball more, like you said at the beginning of the year. Still waiting on that. He preached that. We're going to hate how much they're going to run the ball. And here I am, like, we're used to how much we used to run the ball. You know, that used to be our DNA, was running the ball. Let's bring it back.
That's the reason why I'm hoping next year, which is it's a long shot. Have you seen that kid from Boise State?
The running back that kind of has a weird little stance.
Yes, Lord.
Yeah.
He put Barry Sanders numbers.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Why can't we have a Thunder and Lightning with him and Jonathan? What's his name?
Brooks.
Yeah.
So you don't think Chuba will be here next year?
If they smart, they're gonna trade him for some picks. They're gonna retool if they smart, bro. Let's think about this thing. Let's think about salary cap. Do you want to pay this man?
Chuba?
Do you want to pay him? Because they gotta pay him. This is about money at the end of the day. I love Chuba. He's a great running back. But the question is,
let me take my heart out of it.
Okay, bingo. We got to put on our thinking cap.
Yeah. No, we don't pay him. No, we don't. And like I said, it's hard because I seen that boy play, and I've been rooting for that boy even when people were dogging him out.
Me too. I root for him too. I didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like the pick. I didn't like him being picked. I thought they should have went in a different direction at that pick. But at the end of the day, I mean, he proved me wrong. I ain't gonna.
You saw what happened when he had the Deontay Foreman back there with him. We saw what happened.
DeAndre was a monster. Listen, he was the only bright spot. He was the only bright spot of the offense.
We saw what happened 2 years ago.
DeAndre Foreman is such underrated, and they did him wrong. They really did that man wrong. I thought they should have, because he this year he still ain't get paid that much. He's $5 million.
That whole situation, I was a little
for a running back that gonna give you 100 yards,
and
he's running mean.
Yeah, and we talking about Matt Rule, Steve Wilkes area that last season,
right?
And
they just let DeAndre just walk,
just go. Him, PJ Walker, and I know PJ Walker's not a starting quarterback, but god damn it, he was working. He was cooking for us.
I'd rather have him at backup than the rifle.
Dalton. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. And again, the only reason why he was in here because of Matt Rule, and that's what I was trying to get to earlier. I know a lot of people are anti Matt Rule, and we don't want to speak his name ever again. But Matt Rule has some funner games than this crap.
Yeah, because he did some crazy ass plays.
There you go. You know, I mean, yeah, it didn't work all the way through, but I mean, it was better than this crap, you know.
Right.
But we it seemed like I think we had some dogs. I mean, we got Frankie Lou out of the situation. The only thing I say besides the quarterback situation was the whole deal with Jeremy Chin. I didn't understand that at all. I didn't quite understand it. It seemed like Jeremy, when he came here, Jeremy was cooking, but they didn't know where to put him, and then they stopped using him. Go ahead.
So the way they did Jeremy Chin is all the way messed up. Like you said, they didn't know what to put him because they felt like he was too small to play linebacker, but too slow to play cornerback. So they put him at safety. So they sit him at safety, but they didn't put him at the strong set. They put him at the free safety. What he gonna do? He's the last man. He's the last man on the end. Frankie Louisville was playing phenomenal.
Monster. The dog. That. But look, man, it's a lot. We can go back, and all we're gonna be doing is going in circles. The entire
we ain't going in no circles. We're going forward. That's all we can do.
That's all we can. And I hate dwelling in the past, but it's like you just can't quite help it because you're told one thing, but you're definitely seeing something different.
Right.
You're being told, you're preached, this is not a rebuild. We've been hearing that for the last 4 years. This is not a rebuild. This is a retool. Even with different GMs. And I was shocked to even hear Dan Morgan say that this year in that press conference.
I was laughing because I understand trying to be optimistic, right?
Gotcha.
Trying to be optimistic, trying to create a supporting staff, a supporting fan base, trying to get them pump up. Like, hey, listen here, come buy some tickets, come watch these kids play. But when you pump them up and now you disappoint them, now the question is, do we believe what you say?
I can't. I've been putting this podcast thing on hold just because I feel like I'm being bamboozled all the time. And for the first time in a long time, you know, I'm looking at something and not understanding why it's not producing on the field. I'm not understanding it. And you're like, is it coaching? It's got to be coaching. It definitely can't be the players. Maybe it is the players. You know, what is the ownership doing? What is he doing? What is he telling these guys that when we go in the off season, we see what we see, and it just doesn't correlate, you know, the way it's supposed to. I don't know. I'm trying to say it, but my head's going in circles.
Be a Dave Gettleman off season, going in the bargain bin.
We're shopping at Dollar General.
We're shopping at Dollar General.
Yes, sometimes you find your dogs that way, you know.
This is geared to be one of them off season, unless they geared to make some big trades, letting some of these people that that shouldn't get paid traded. But you know, and I'm proud of them this offseason. They spent a lot of money on this offensive line.
Check. And
that right there, they was hoping to give this game manager an opportunity to showcase his skills. But you done spent all your damn money on the offensive line, and this quarterback still ain't doing jack dilly squat. But the offensive line is ranked top 10 in the NFL, though.
They rank how? Where they ranked
that? They rank like top 10.
I apologize. I know you didn't see that coming, but
No. Listen here, bro.
I didn't mean to do that on you, but that was like the most
here.
honest thing about this team. Woo.
Oh, let me see here. I think they rank like top 10 in the NFL.
You're not off, bro. They are, and they were still ranked up there when Bryce was back there. Those first 2 games, they were ranked. I think they were ranked top 5. You know, and even with that being said, I mean, we have people praising this offensive line, and I mean, definitely after that Raiders game and stuff like that. But they're there. We got it.
Oh, my fault, bro. My fault.
And
I'm looking at PFF. I think it's PFF, and they said we ranked. My fault. We ranked number 20.
Okay, when did we go to 20? It's the question.
Good question, because I thought that I read somewhere that we was ranked in like top 5.
We started off top 5, even until like week 5. We were top 5.
You were still top 5. That's what I thought I read.
What week are we in? We're in 8 now? We're what, 1 and 6?
Hold on, bro.
Yeah.
This is Sharp Football Analyst.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. That may be, you know what? That's old news, bro.
What, for October 8th?
Yeah.
That was the first thing I saw too.
Yeah.
7 day PFS 7 days ago. Ahead of week 7. Almost the line. Detroit's number 1, of course.
And I love Detroit too. They playing really good football. I'm surprised. I didn't think Detroit was ever going to get it right because I was like, man, they're going to have the Barry Sanders curse.
Well, when they hired Campbell, I knew. Look.
Oh, my fault. So we ranked number 10, bro.
We are, right?
Yeah, that's on ProFootballNetwork.com. We ranked number 10. The offensive line is ranked number 10.
I knew Detroit hit when they hired Campbell.
You did?
Dude, bro. I was excited for the man. And let me tell you, a lot of people don't remember, but, you know, Campbell, he used to play on the other side, Jeremy Shockey. Now, those of us remember Jeremy Shockey's rookie year was crazy. That was crazy what Jeremy Shockey did that year.
Jeremy Shockey was one of the best tight ends in the NFL. And I love that kid. I mean, that Miami team he came from, it was so much talent on that Miami team.
If there was never a Jeremy Shockey, there's no Greg Olsen, y'all.
Bingo.
I'm being for real. And I'm saying that dude was, I'm not saying just his play, but just his attitude. That dude was a monster in the field. I mean, I never seen his tight end. He was taking headbutts. Like knocking head, bro. And there was one time, I think he got penalized and walked back on the sideline. And Campbell was a tight end of the Giants at the time. Seth was sitting on the bench. And Jeremy Shockey kicked the football helmet and it hit a player. And Campbell just chuckled, just laughed with him. And I was like, and when I heard Detroit got, that's all I could think of was when Campbell was sitting there laughing with Jeremy Shockey. Just like, you know, I was like, oh, they got a monster. They got a dog of a coach. They got a dog of a coach.
I love Jeremy Shockey. I fell in love with Jeremy Shockey when I think it was when Carolina played the Saints and he got in Turley. You remember the left tackle Turley?
Yep.
Yeah, he got in Turley's face and he was like, boy, I ain't scared of you. And headbutt him.
And Turley was a monster too.
Turley was a monster too. He was mean.
Yes.
It was mean. I love that type of football. I love that aggression. I love you showing dominance.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the type of players that Carolina need.
Mm-hmm.
And that ain't what we got.
At all, brother. Nothing. You heard about Bryce Young and his demeanor, dude. And it's just like that press conference. And I'm sorry. Yes, I know we can't live in the past, but when you go from a monster, a dog of a Cam Newton and not huddle, we'll look at defenses, look at the opposing team running on their field, coming out the tone and staring. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? You go from that.
Listen, the most famous Cam Newton highlight is when he told that linebacker, said, "Hey, you know what I'm talking about?"
Yep. That Titans linebacker.
Yep.
Stop me in an end zone if you don't want me to celebrate.
Right.
Stop me. Stop me. Stop me.
And when you have that type of attitude mentally, and what it do to your body and your soul, that means you really mean what you get. Every touchdown means something.
Bro, my body, my soul is getting hyped up right now just thinking about it, man.
I love it. I love when you are able to manifest what you want,
bro.
And Bryce Young is not that of that caliber. He is
super.
Yeah,
super.
He's not that dog that Carolina needs, and he'll never be a dog. He'll stay a poodle.
If I never seen anxiety before, Bryce Young definitely showed me what anxiety looks like.
He gets happy feet.
Boy, his post game conferences. I gotta be better. I gotta be better. This is what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's what he's doing, and I'm just like, what is wrong?
I think when you put on a spot and you're not made for it, it's just not for you.
No,
it's just not for you. It's not for you to be in that spot, and it's easier said than done, right? So we find out what people are built for when we put people in certain positions. We put Bryce Young in a position, and he is not built for that position. He is not.
He's got no guys to park from. He can't. When he's in Alabama, all those other dogs to park.
Give me another rookie quarterback ASAP. Bring me in another rookie. I'm thinking of the kid from out of Tennessee, Nico. What's the kid out of Tennessee? The quarterback out of Tennessee, Nico something. I watched him since high school, and I think he more talented than Bryce Young.
Right now, yeah. He from Florida originally, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
No, I think he's from California.
Cali? Okay.
Because they was talking about how he had NIL deals before he even went to college.
Yeah, dude. I don't see a team rallying around Bryce with that mentality. And like I said, we've been spoiled. We were spoiled with
Nico Lamalavo. They call him Nico. That
Tennessee.
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 6'6", 216.
That sounds so nice right now. That sounds so nice right now. Just give him like 40 more pounds. Get 40 more pounds, buddy.
He's 6'6", 215, and the kid throws the ball. Ain't like he's throwing it with like trying to manage a game. He's throwing that ball down that damn field.
Jules, you got me ready to do some draft homework, man, and I didn't want to do that this year. I didn't want to do that.
Listen here, bro. I'm big on I mean, I just love football. I am a football fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I played high school football. I tried to play college football until I got caught a concussion. I love football. I was planning on, going to the University of West Virginia, planning on going there to go get,
Mountaineer.
Yeah, bro. I was planning on doing my thing.
Heck yeah.
But
hang on 1 second, buddy.
It just wasn't meant for me to be that way.
Hang on 1 second.
Shout out to the Mountaineers. I know homecoming coming.
Oh, shout out. Your alumni?
Well, I wouldn't say I'm alumni because I didn't even get the chance to go to class, bro. I just went out there. I went out there to go try out, man. I was out there playing until I got knocked the hell out.
Yeah, Deion Sanders had to kind of correct me, man, when he's like, aren't you an alumni at FSU? He goes, I didn't graduate at FSU. I graduated from HBU. He's like, is it alumni is where you graduated at? And I'm like, God dang, I need to start telling people I went to UCF. Alumni UCF.
Listen, I graduated from Tidewater Community College. That's where I got my associate's degree from. Associate's degree from Tidewater Community College.
Oh man, yeah. It was like started college and had to end. I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna have to take care of this family. So I just went there, but I did like technical school and stuff like that. But still, yeah. I wish I would have finished out UCF. I still could finish out UCF if I wanted to. Matter of fact, you got me thinking about it.
Man, you know what, man? I thought about going back to college too, but then I sit and think about it. I'm like, man, I'm too old. My body can't do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do nothing no more. I can barely tolerate people.
I hear you.
I can barely deal with taking directions from any people. It's really hard for me dealing with people who are not on the same mind frame as me. And in the day and time that we're living in, everybody loves to be in control.
That's right.
Instead of working as a team. So
that's right.
I can't thrive in selfish environments.
You learned that real quick when you moved to Florida. So I need all you people to stop moving to Florida, okay?
Well, listen here, man. You know, Florida, when you live in a place where taxes barely exist,
it's a beast. I know, but people find out real quick. It ain't all that what it seems down here, man.
I mean, you got to deal with them wild animals and stuff, you know. I mean, I love because I don't know, you know, but I lived in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I lived in Jacksonville. I lived in Jacksonville for 2 years. My dumb self was driving. I got caught doing 145.
You got caught.
Listen here, the helicopter was all on me and everything, brother.
Damn, boy. Now this was at the service or during service?
So this was during the service.
Okay, because I think you mentioned Jackson. I know our NCO was from Jacksonville, but go ahead.
So what happened was this is what happened. So when I came home, I went back to working in the shipyard.
Okay.
I went back to working in the shipyard, and they sent me down to Jacksonville to go work. And I was at the time I was on Plenty of Fish, and I met a girl on POF, and went to Atlanta, and trying to get back to work.
Yeah.
Got caught doing 146 and a 70.
No way, buddy.
Bro, way.
And result, what happened? You gotta tell it.
Oh, I went to jail. I went to jail that same day. They impounded my Camaro. I had just spent like $15,000, bro, getting everything done to it. But they impounded my Camaro, locked me up. I had dinner. This was on a Saturday, so I was stuck in jail from Saturday until Monday morning.
Wow. Oh man.
And I was on the outskirts of Atlanta, trying to get back to Jacksonville, but I don't know which way my GPS was taking me.
It's like 4 hours, ain't it?
Yeah, bro. I was humping though. That's what I was doing. Because on the way there, man, I was doing about 185, and I got there in 2.5 hours.
How the hell you get away with that? And you know Georgia State troopers ain't no joke.
Oh yeah, that's when I learned about the Georgia Super Speeder Law. I didn't know nothing about the Georgia Super Speeder Law.
Dude.
Listen here, my ticket. I had to get a lawyer, and with everything, and I'm gonna blame for this, because I'm a huge Bandit fan. You know, I love the Trans Am.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Bring them
I
back.
always love what's the name of the movie? You know what movie I'm talking about?
The movie or the TV show?
No, the movie. Burt Reynolds.
Dun 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 dun. Knight Rider.
No,
not Knight Rider. You talking about the car named Kit, right?
No. Smokey and the Bandit.
Smokey and the Bandit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a big Smokey and the Bandit fan. You know, in the movie, he outran the police. He took the police on a hell of a chase. And he did like a whole bunch of times, and that's what I did. I took the police on a hell of a chase. And somebody wrote an article about me a couple of months ago too. Shout out to them, because they couldn't believe that they got caught.
Andrew, if you ever see this video, man, it's the reason why I brought this dude on here. Okay. Not only we some Panther fans, some Panther heads and stuff like that, but I knew Julius was wild when I first met him.
I'm trying to tame myself. Listen, if I have stories for days, bro. Life is beautiful, man, when you're having fun. You know what I'm saying?
I told somebody I used to tell people about you. Not I don't know a whole lot of it, but you know, I didn't want to put your business out there. But like I used to call you before because when you got the government work, you started working for you know, and all that. And I'm just like,
I was working for
and I just been watching your life. And I'm just like, I'm proud of my dude, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like
Lord, I listen here, man. And in this phase of my life, I think it's just beginning a new phase. And you know, I appreciate you for putting me on this podcast with you. You know what I'm saying? And
no problem, yeah.
I'm heading into a new phase in my life.
Okay.
And you know, everything happens for a reason.
It does.
You know,
and I'm learning, still learning.
I'm learning with you too, bro.
Hey,
Listen,
man.
I got a lot to say. I got a lot to say about everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Usually, I came in the mind frame of, you know, I just want to be a ghost.
Okay.
You know, I'm just here existing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but when you hit me with the podcast, and you know, I love my Carolina Panthers. I'm here now. You see me.
I
And
see
for
you,
y'all
buddy.
listen, for all y'all who watching this, you're lucky because I don't get seen a lot.
Yeah, I know. I was really surprised you responded. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, let me just see because I knew my other boy's like, I don't know, let me think about it because I know he doesn't watch. But I said, let me see
Bro,
Julius.
listen here. You
Let me
know,
see
no.
Julius.
Listen here, you people lucky. They lucky they see me because I stay hidden. You know, I like to stay hidden and private. But when it comes to them Carolina Panthers, I'll speak my mind about it. Carolina Panthers and them daggone Tar Heels. I'll fight you behind them Tar Heels and them Panthers. That's one thing about me.
Ooh, boy, man. Nah, hey, man, this was fun, and I'm glad I had you on here, man.
Listen here, man. I can go for a whole nother hour with you, bro. We can sit
I
here and
know,
talk about.
I know, and fuck it. Fuck it. That's how I feel, man. I got a lot to say too. I didn't. I just saw the headline of Andy Dalton in the car accident, and I was just like, let me get my boy on camera real quick.
So when you had hit me earlier, I was like, man, dang, I need to do this right now. Then I was like, oh man, I got this kid. I got my nephew playing basketball. I'm like, man, I got to go pick him up from school, sit here and be a basketball because I'm pretty much like his daddy. You know what I'm saying? So I take care of my little stick mans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we ain't gonna make this like work, bro. Like I said, you got things you gotta do. You got things. I even told my other guys, say, if you got an idea of a show and I'm just not available, do the show.
Yeah, just do the show.
And
Hey, man, just do the show, bro.
yeah,
Listen, I'm gonna come back and talk some junk maybe the next day whenever you ready to go.
yeah. Like you got something to say. I give you access to the podcast and stuff like that. I'm gonna fix it up so we can separate this because I got 2 podcasts and 1 on the StreamYard right
You
now.
do?
Yeah, it's like
I know
two.
you're talking about you got the metal band.
Yeah, I got everything, but I'm gonna try to separate it because I know.
How do you feel about that metal band stuff? You know, I used to listen to Slipknot. I mean, you had me listen to Slipknot.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
the one who got me into Slipknot, and you had me listening to that little not Russian group. Was it a Russian group? Russian people?
German,
I don't know.
Rammstein.
Rammstein. Yeah, that's who you
Yeah.
had me listening to. You had me listening to Rammstein, and you had me listening to Slipknot. That's because of you.
It's like that with me. I'm annoying when it comes to that music thing. Like I said, when we started the podcast, it's fun, but you know about the metal. Your question is about the metal. What was your question?
Yeah, man. I mean, what made you get into that? You know,
you want to know my honest answer?
go
My
ahead.
mom.
Get out of here.
My mom was into like hair metal back in the 80s and stuff like that.
Okay.
Her first, she told me her first concert was actually Charlie Daniels. I think I said that right. Devil went back down to Georgia. You know that guy. Yeah, and it just kind of went for there. But you know, at that time, music, everybody played an instrument. You know, the music. You know, you had your funk and you had your rock and roll and you had your country.
Right.
But it's like if you like your funk, you liked a little bit of rock and roll and stuff like that. That's just how it was and stuff. And since I came out, her band was Guns N' Roses. My dad, they did the Chili Peppers when I was younger and stuff like that. But her thing was, I remember it was Guns N' Roses. She loves Slash. She loves Slash. You know, those of you who don't know Slash, he used to tour with Michael Jackson back in the day.
Yeah.
And stuff. But yeah, her thing was Guns N' Roses, and I used to sit in the backseat of her Jeep Wrangler and stuff like that, and just be riding down the road. Welcome to the jungle. I mean, you know, just going nuts. And that's what I grew up on. The Peter Framptons and stuff like that. It was just so much metal. It was just rock music. But as I got older, you know, I started listening to my thing. Now I liked my hip hop, but I didn't really follow the artists. What I didn't like was, okay, so my dad was really big at the time. My dad didn't really curse
Mm-hmm.
when I was younger. My mother did, but my dad didn't. So I'm not. Everybody knows this is a pastor now, but he wasn't always like that. He liked his Big Pun. He loved his Tribe Called Quest and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he loved his jazz music, and that's what I did. So I was used to that kind of style of music. But when stuff like, you know, and I'm not shitting on these artists or anything like that, like your Lil Jon and the East Side Boys and stuff like that, and who's the boy from Atlanta with the Get Back, You Don't Know Me. I'm drawing a blank. Ludacris. You know, I like Ludacris, but when it started becoming a little too much profanity and all that stuff, and the dance, it turned me off. So I really wasn't with the hip hop music. Tupac just scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. So yeah. So I mean, like I didn't relate to it, you know. And to better understand me, I also grew up in the suburbs and stuff like that. So you can imagine the kind of people I was around at the time, and stuff like that. So that's kind of the music I was in. So it was at that time, let's say early 2000s. Bands like Limp Bizkit, Korn were big. They had that little hip hop flavor to it, but it was rock music, and it just went from there. And I just kind of stayed on it and stuff. Yeah. So that my cousins used to kind of joke about it, you know, joke about me, the fact that I listened to that, because they put on BET. I had no clue what was going on.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not saying I wasn't allowed to watch BET when I was a kid, but I didn't watch BET when I was a kid. I was always watching MTV. Yeah. And I'm not, you know, like, you know, people call me a coon or whatever and stuff like that.
You know, you're gonna get, you know, people gonna call you the names.
Yeah,
man. But you know, you cooler than a fan, bro. I know you're like,
I could care less. It's just what I was just into, you know, and it just grew from that. It got heavier, it got deeper. I'm in concerts every concert I can make it and stuff like that. That's just what it was. I really wish hip hop could have stayed the way it was with a little bit of that jazz, like I said, Tribe Called Quest and stuff like that. I really wish there's some underground hip hop artists. Like my favorite hip hop artist right now is, you know, will always be the Hieroglyphics. You know, yeah.
Get out of here. Okay.
93 Till. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They would always be my favorite group and stuff. You know, Wu-Tang and stuff like that. You know, I still listen to those guys. Go ahead.
And I mean to cut you off, but I sit there and I think about, you know, when I be in Charlotte and I be in the stadium and listen to all these music that the DJ be playing. Like sometimes the DJ may be playing some rock and roll, and then he'll switch it up with some hip hop, and then he'll throw in some metal. Like I heard some metal inside the stadium, and I'm sitting here trying to think, like, man, what in the world?
You gotta mix it up, everybody, and stuff like that, and it all complements one way or another. And now we talking about Charlotte, North Carolina. You gotta have your little country out there. You know, you gotta have your Sweet Caroline. You know,
I mean, Sweet Caroline. And that's the only reason I know the daggone song is because of the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah,
I would never ever known that day in my life.
Neil Diamond.
See, I grew up kind of rough a little bit. You know, I lived in the house with no electricity, no water. You know what I'm saying? So, but majority of my house, my family, we listen to a lot of Bootsy Collins.
Yeah, I remember you all about that.
Yeah, Bootsy Collins.
That's how we started talking.
SOS Band.
Do it right, take your time. You can do it, baby.
Yes. So my family really grounded me with that old R&B, you know. And when I was a kid, my aunt used to take me to school because, like I said, I stayed in the poor section of the area.
Right.
And my mom, she put me in a school that was way better.
Right. Yeah.
So my aunt used to pick me up in the morning and take me to school. But when she'd take me to school, we'd be listening to Wu-Tang and Nas.
Yeah.
You know? So and I never forget listening to Illmatic, and
wow,
that kind of made me fall in love with hip hop the way I love hip hop today. And sometimes I try like listen, I think about Slipknot all the time. I never forget the song that you put me on, the Slipknot, and I'll go back to it in my little playlist every once in a blue moon, and I think about you. And then I sit and I think about it when I go inside of the stadium in Charlotte and they playing this stuff. I'm like, oh shoot, you know what I'm saying? This man don't put me on to it.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. It's I seem to have that on people. I still have people hit me up. They're like, "Hey man, like this song just remind me." I'm like, "Yeah, you know." And don't get it twisted. I grew up on all like kind of different kinds of music. My granddad, he's white. He married into the family and stuff like that. He put me on some older stuff like that. Now let's not get it twisted. Now in our house, we were bumping R&B, your funkadelic parliaments and stuff like that. You know, what's his name? The dude, Prince put this guy on something at a time. Something.
Talking about the time?
Baby, what's your phone number?
Oh yeah. Morris Day and the Time.
777. Yeah. You know, that stuff was always playing in the house. And I like instruments as well.
Yeah.
You know, I don't do kind of well with sampling and stuff like that, but I also grew up on that stuff. So it like I said, it all comes together on a bit, but yeah, it's just hip hop. Don't get me wrong, there's some bangers out here. You know, my cousins be playing stuff, and I just, you know, be right there. Like my cousin, big DMX fan. Love DMX. You know what I'm saying? God, it hurt him when he passed. But,
of course.
But I would say later on, I want to say like when I joined the army is when I really started looking at more hip hop and stuff like that. And all that. But
you know, we were banging it in the Bay.
You had to. You had to. You know, I don't want to keep rambling on because I could talk in circles and stuff.
Listen, I could talk in circles too, bro. We can talk about anything. I'm all open, from being in the Carolina Panther Stadium to listen to all the different type of music that they playing in the stadium, to seeing all the different types of walks of life that walks out of that stadium, and it blows my mind.
Yeah. You know, that used to be a thing. My dad used to kind of, he used to really ask me, he's like, you know, you really don't have to listen to the white boys, you know, listen to all the time. You don't have to be just like that just because you're around them. It's like, it was never that.
Right.
It was never that at all. I'm still a growing kid and stuff like that. It's just what I gravitated to.
Yeah, that was drawn you to it. Right.
You know, and I had some good times, you know, listening to that kind of music and stuff like that, you know, and stuff. And it's, you know, it's a lot of us that, you know, people don't realize there's a lot of black folks in metal music, you know what I'm saying? A lot of, and he just didn't see it, you know, which is cool. But he had his moments where he did try to, you know, he tried to understand it and, you know, help me out and all that stuff, which is cool. And I appreciate that. But it's just me, man. It's in me, you know.
Listen, I know, I already know, and it's natural. But the thing is, you're a genuine person, and I appreciate you, especially for bringing me on this podcast and talking about one of the things I'm passionate about my Carolina Panthers.
Amen. Hey, I always said Panthers, God. No, it's like nah. It's one thing about me. It's just there's not a lot people know a lot about me, but what they do know is I love my music. I love my Panthers, and that's all that mattered.
Listen here, I am, like I said, I'm a Carolina Panther diehard. I'm a Charlotte Hornets fan, and I'm a Tar Heel crazy. I really am. I'm bad on the Tar Heels. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Listen, I got a bad back, and I'll be sitting here jumping up and down and falling on the ground because I love my Tar Heels.
Boy, so when it comes to basketball, I will watch like March Madness. I will go for them Heels and stuff like that. Never Duke, but
I can't stand Duke with a passion. Listen, I broke up with a girl just because she said she liked Shane Battier. I just like Duke.
Next.
Yes. She didn't meet the bill. What she said, Shane Battier. I said, baby, we can be able to do this, honey.
Hey, look, I even rooted for my Bobcats.
Yeah, I love my Bobcats.
We had no choice.
I love my Bobcats too. That's sad story.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. You want to talk about the first time I felt what it really felt like to be a fan is when those Hornets left the first time. That was the first time that I really knew what it was like to be a fan and love something.
Hurt
when those Hornets left, dude. And yes, I'm excited they are back, but it's not
the same. It's not the same. Now when you have Muggsy Bogues, Grandmama, you know, Kendall Gill,
Baron Davis.
Oh man.
Boy,
Charlotte.
How often do you get a team? Who could say that they watched your team go to a playoff and just knew that your team was leaving that season? And I'm talking about our second round exit against the Milwaukee Bucks. And I think it was against the Nets, the Jason Kidd's Nets.
Jason Kidd and Kerry Kittles.
Yeah.
And Horn.
Yeah, and for us to win that first series is like, okay, we get another game in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? Like that first series, and you go on that second series against the Nets, and knowing like if we lose this series, that's
This
it.
is it. Yep,
This
they
is
ain't
it,
coming back to Charlotte.
bro. I don't think many people even like. I don't even know if the Sonics went through a playoff season and left.
I don't know, man. I think after Rashard, what's his name? Rashard Lewis.
Yeah, because he played for Orlando for a little bit. I remember him.
Yeah, he was like one of the last draft picks up there in Seattle before they folded.
Yeah,
And went to
I try
Oklahoma.
to I try to explain it to people, like why how can you still be a Hornets fan and stuff like that? Well, I mean, these are the team guys I grew up watching and stuff like that. They were a popular team in the 90s.
Yeah,
Their colors, the logo, they were very popular. They weren't the greatest team. Yeah. I mean, we were in movies, bro. Space Jam, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They were making movies in Charlotte and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, I could go on all day. But yeah, that's when I really knew what it was like to be a real passionate fan about something. And it was that last season.
I agree. I tell you right now, sports, they hurt me, but they don't deeply hurt me. I can deal with the sports pain. I can't deal with my Tar Heels losing now. My Tar Heels losing, that hurts me deep. I go crazy behind my Tar Heels, like I told you. I catch charges behind them. I done sit and talk about fans, but listen, I love my Tar Heels. I love them. You know what I'm saying? But when Barry Sanders left the NFL, that touch that really hit me to my heart.
It was sudden, wasn't it?
Well, at 30 years old, you just say, I'm done. And as a kid, I didn't understand. I'm like, man, why is the best running back of all time? Just say he's done. But then as I grew older and I started analyzing his teams, what did he have?
It's bad. Jordan could have done the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I totally get it. Like I said, at that time, I didn't quite get it as a kid either, or anything like that. Actually, like I said, my only time I saw him play was his final year, before people even knew it was his final year. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember I saw him playing against the Bucks that season, and we used to get a lot of Bucks games in Atlanta and stuff like that. But it's like, oh, this dude's bad, like. And then next, NFL Sunday, comes on and he's retired. Like before season, like what?
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
I was getting into this guy, and
That touched me because I was looking forward to watching him run the next season because I love his running style. I love the idea of come and get me.
Yeah. You think if he kept playing, he would have had the record for rushing
Of
yards?
course.
Yeah.
Of course. I hate Emmitt Smith. I'm not an Emmitt Smith fan. The only reason he got that record is because of his offensive line.
Yeah.
When you got an offensive line like that toddler can even give you 20 yards a game. With Larry Allen,
I agree. And a lot of people don't talk about that.
I know.
A lot of people they want to give him his shine, his glory, and all that stuff. But I think about that, like, God, Barry just kept going. Where would he been at? And to think how he did it.
And he did it in 10 years. It took Emmitt Smith 15.
That's wild, buddy. That's wild. And that's why I put Breeze over Brady. In that situation, I put Breeze over Brady.
I can't do that, dog. I ain't even lie. As much as I dislike Tom Brady, he is the GOAT.
Oh, I'm gonna say Brady's a GOAT, no, regardless.
And the reason Brady is the GOAT is every year he hustled and outthink people, right? Like when they're deflating the balls. Who the hell thought about deflating the goddamn balls? Who would thought about deflating the balls? Who would say, damn, we need to deflate these balls, make it easy to catch?
Who thunk it?
Who thought about this?
Yep.
And then for him to sit there after he win the game and sit there on that panel after he know what the hell he did and smile in the camera and pretend like his ass didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Boy, you know what? I appreciate your cricket ass because you thought you put a lot of thoughts in that.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and that's why I can't say much about Tom Brady. Tom Brady is the only player I've seen play as long as he did. Like, he's the only GOAT I've seen besides, people don't put LeBron James there or whatever, but we're not going to see things like this for a while. I didn't see Jordan play at all.
What?
I only time I saw Jordan play was when he was a Wizard. I never seen Michael Jordan play,
bro.
I knew who Michael Jordan was.
Yeah.
I knew about it. I know he was a good player, but I never watched the Chicago Bulls game.
Listen,
now, I don't know the age difference between you and I.
I'm 37.
You're 30. No shit, really?
Yeah.
Okay, when I end this podcast, you can tell me your real age.
I'm so serious, bro. I'm 37 years old.
I don't know why I always thought you were older than I am, but I just turned 36 last week.
Yeah, bro. I'm 37 years old, bro.
Really?
Yeah, I turned 37 in February.
I just always assumed how wiser you sounded.
It's because I've been through a lot in life.
Yes, you have.
Listen, I done been to Pluto and back to Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to. And when I got to Earth, I went to hell, and then we came back to Earth.
There you go. There you go. I never knew, and I never really wanted to ask. I just didn't.
Right. No, listen here, man. It's fine, bro. I'm an old man, bro. I'm just an old man cruising in this thing called life, bro.
God
and
dang.
Enjoying every second of it. I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, you just blew my mind there.
Yeah, bro. 37 and out here getting it.
You've been doing it, dude. You've been doing it. Like I said, I've been, paying attention, watching. I'm not stalking you, but
no.
I care. People that on my Facebook, I care about.
I had to calm it down to a point because I was getting like, for example, I'll go to work, right? I'll go to work and people at work was like, what are you doing? You only work the same job as I work. You make the same amount of money that I make, and you out here flying planes.
Yep.
They're trying to figure out, how the hell are you doing this on this salary?
Mm-hmm.
Not knowing that I'm a hustler. I'll sell snow to a polar bear.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do in life. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed with a lot of hustles, and I don't mind doing it. Like, listen, man, I would buy. This is what I do. I'll go buy me a car, for a cheap car. A lady trying to get rid of a car is broke down. I'll buy it for $300, and I'll break that car down. Take the transmission out. Take everything out of it. Out of that $300 car that made me $1,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I do that 5 times in a week. That's $5,000.
You got that, ain't you? You got that. There's a lot of people who say it, and that's somebody like me could sit here and say, hey, we think about it. We wish we do. We just don't do it.
Listen, my crazy ass be out there with a whole saw. I don't even know what I'm cutting off. I'm cutting off everything. I'll cut this car today. Cut this car today. And throw it on the back of my truck and go right into the scrapyard.
There you go. Like Sanford's son.
Like Sanford's son. Like Sanford's son. I'm always figure out how to go get it. And I always been a go-getter. So, but the thing is, like, they would not let me work overtime. Like, they would jet my overtime because they see me. They're like, man, you driving around in $100,000 car. What?
Yep. Yeah.
Why you over here looking at my Facebook, looking at I'm driving around in $100,000 car? And you saying so much, everybody in this job, like, y'all don't have the same 24 hours as I do.
That makes a difference.
Right. And then you don't want to give me no overtime.
Mm-hmm.
Man, my child support $2,000 a month. What? For one child.
Mm-hmm. It's real. Yep. Like I said, I don't ask questions. But I just look at you and I'm like, he just keeps going. You know?
Listen, like I tell you, man, every day is a wonderful day. There's never a bad day. And my goal every day is always to touch a stranger. I always want to touch a stranger every day. I don't care if I don't listen, if it's a homeless person, I get out the car and I just want to give you a hug. And let you know I love you.
The first time my dad heard about you, and when I told him about you, when tried to get VA and all that stuff, he automatically knew who I was talking about. I look up to my dad, I always admired what he did, but it was you that did too. And I showed him a video. I said, you don't know, so I said, he won't know how my life was in the military. Did I know people? I said, I knew a lot of people, but there's one guy I always wish I kept up with, really kept up with and followed. And he goes, who? And I showed the video you with all the cleaner and sprays during the pandemic. You were cleaning up the playground. And he was just like, okay. So when I told him about you, the VA claim, he goes, oh, well, he said, pandemic dude. Yeah. He's like, bring them on and all that, man.
Yeah, man. So the whole entire thing was I was running for the mayor of the city that I was living in. And the kids, when I was running, I was knocking on doors. I was like, yo, is there anything that I can do for the neighborhood? And they was like, well, the city done blocked this off. Well, I said, well, why did the city block it off? They said it was coming back to desanitize it. So 2 weeks went past. I went back out there. I said, they ain't desanitized this yet. They was like, no, the city didn't do that yet. I said, you know what, baby? Give me an hour. I'll be out here to desanitize this for you. So I went out there and I wiped that. I started at probably about 12 o'clock that evening, and I didn't end till like 6:30, 7 o'clock, wiping down everything on that playground to desanitize. So those kids they're sitting across the street can come out there and play and not worry about having COVID.
Yeah. And it's a thought, and I love, man.
You know what I'm saying? And I did that out of the genuineness of my heart. And to sit here and to used to see the backlash I got for cleaning that park.
It's wow.
But you know what? I didn't care. I was just glad that I was able to let these kids go out there and play. And then the city was like, well, who authorized you to do that? I don't even authorize for the kids to come out here and play. If they want to come down, slide on the slide, I'm gonna let them kids slide on the slide. I don't Clorox every damn thing out here. Everything got Clorox on it. It smelled like Clorox. And then that's after I clean it a year later, they knock all that stuff down and put up a brand new playground.
Wow. What? Wow.
Anyway, I love my city. I love the city of Portsmouth, Virginia. But it's a reason why I never stay here. I never stay here. I always go to, I'm always in Charlotte, and I'm always in Las Vegas, and I'm always in New Orleans. And I've been in San Diego a lot recently because of my daughter, but my daughter done moved to San Diego. Now I'm about to be in Texas.
Yeah. Wow.
But I've been going through a lot. Like both of my grandmothers just passed away back to back. One passed away at the beginning of the month, and then the other one passed 2 weeks later. Crazy.
Jeez, dude. Both grandmothers?
Yeah, both grandmothers.
Yeah. I could feel that one. I could feel that pain. Seriously.
Yeah, bro.
Because it was kind of like that. Well, it was 2 years apart, but it still felt fresh when my grandmother passed.
Fresh. Right.
And watching my dad go through that.
Oh man.
And the irrational thinking that came with that, and then to see him pass the way he did, I don't wish that on anybody. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen him hurt and struggle like that before. That was, I don't know, man. I can go all day about that, buddy. I don't know. I try not to go down there because I just got out of that funk, man. Like, I didn't know what depression really felt like. or knew if I ever felt depressed and stuff like that. But definitely felt it after this, you know.
I can
Like
imagine, bro. I can
yeah,
imagine what you felt, man. And
but
I felt for you, you know. I mean, I lost my mother probably 2 years ago.
jeez, man.
Yeah, no. I lost my mother 2 years ago. So it took me some time to adjust. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So I can imagine you losing your father.
and
What's
then
gonna take you some time.
the mess that comes with that.
Right.
It's still dealing with it.
Yeah. Of course, of
Yeah,
course,
like
of course.
nah, but
You know, and then on top of the stuff that you got to go through daily, sometimes people,
yeah,
take things for granted.
I definitely did, dude. I
Yeah,
definitely did. I definitely wish we had more conversations. You know what I'm saying? Um, and you know, he was somebody you struggled with the get convo, but when you brought it to him, he would do it. You know, but
yeah.
he was kind of odd about it and
I know
stuff
your
like
dad was mad at me though, cause he's like, man, I know I done talked to this man to do this, and my ass all the way, I'm all the way in Las Vegas, and I'm like, man, I don't even got my computer on me.
he probably called about you once. He just want to know if you're all right, and I think that's when
Yeah.
I hit you up, and you know, and he understands people. That's the thing.
Yeah,
He
he did.
understands.
He said he understood. Hey,
Yeah,
listen, my man told me, he said, man, I understood. I understand, man. Just hit me up. Just
yeah,
send me the paperwork so we go ahead and get this process. I'm sorry, bro.
yeah.
And then that's when I sent him the paper. And then a daggone week later,
Gone.
you called me. He's like, man, you gone. I was like, man, you well. I just sent the paper last
Just
week.
yeah. He he was still work. He was working on two other people that I knew, and that was the deal with me. He wanted to commission me, but I never commissioned on that.
Yeah,
I always wanted to find a way to help my dad out and stuff.
of course.
But I would just be sending. It got to a point I was sending him too many people. He was like, "Yo, slow down. Like
Yeah,
this is a whole lot. My bad." But
yeah,
yeah, it was like people just hit me up. They're like, "Yo, I'm trying to call your dad," or like, "I saw your post. What the?" And it was
yeah.
never, "What do we do next?" or anything like that. It's like, God, he was just genuine. It's nice to hear that
I
about your dad.
appreciate him because me and him, we had a conversation for hours.
Yeah,
About just about life in general, not just the military. It wasn't about the military or nothing like that. It's about life and what was needed to be a better person.
yeah, yeah.
You
I'm
know,
glad. I'm
Stay,
glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
yeah, just being a man and staying grounded. Because sometimes we'll lose control and sight of our goals, and your dad definitely put that out for me, and I carry that with me for the rest of my life.
Brother.
Um,
You're making me smile on the inside because
yeah,
there was
yeah,
times I didn't. I don't. There was times I didn't think my dad really heard me or listened to me, but there was definitely some people that I gave him, and I'm like, don't just do the job, do the work.
yeah,
You know, it's a paycheck, whatever. But then there was people like like him, like you.
yeah.
I said, dude's cool. Yeah, like you want to talk, you talk. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, of course.
and I told it like what I said about you earlier. Is there was people that I
Yeah.
looked up to. Is my dad? You were one of them, and
Yeah, I
stuff like that.
appreciate you, brother. You know I love you to death, dog. Always, forever,
Oh wait,
forever. Always, always, man.
and the fact that he took the time to talk to you, it
Oh yeah,
just
he
says a
did.
lot,
He
brother.
did. He did, man. And that meant a lot to me, especially when it's hard to talk to people, like I said, when people you don't really know. But he
Hmm.
really took the time out to actually get to know me,
Yeah,
understanding the reasons why I moved the way I moved. And I'm grateful for him for taking that time out because he ain't had to do that, man. He really
yeah,
did.
that was in him, man. And I don't know if that was just the pastor in him or what, but when I hear from people even before you started pastor, that's just how he always was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was kind of something that I struggled with. Like I said, I took for granted, and I struggled with because I used to be like, "Hey, give me some time."
I got you.
Who are they?
Right.
And it wasn't always like that, but it was kind of like, "Dang, yeah," like. And my girlfriend struggles with that with me personally because
Mhm.
I do that with people too, and I see where I get it from. She's just like, "You're just too much of a people person." I'm like, "It ain't nothing to
Well,
me."
that girlfriend stuff there, man. I mean, I'm glad you're happy, bro.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're happy, bro. Yeah, but my situation is interesting because I'm single, right?
Hmm.
Single's a dollar bill. But my TikTok, man, I have over 20,000 women in my inbox right now, and I can't get through all of them. They don't understand. And like when I don't answer or respond, they start. I'm like, dang, can you give me some time to even look through this?
I ain't got that much of attention span.
Yeah, I got ADHD, baby. I got ADHD. I'm messed up in the head a little bit now.
I love this, man. I'm loving this, brother.
That's that genuine stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's all genuine, no uncut.
Yeah. You said earlier you go to the Charlotte area a lot and stuff like that. That could really.
I love Charlotte, and the reason I love Charlotte is, the city of Charlotte invests into the city of Charlotte, and it's not only is it's just black people, it's black and white together in the city of Charlotte. Like when you walk from a game in Charlotte, everybody's walking together. It's not like you just have a white group right here and the black people over here. It's all together.
Yeah.
And and then when you walking down Tryon, you got the people out there cooking out, and they're, hey man, you want some food? You don't know me from the bottom of a rock.
It's not just football that's putting these people together. That's just how that community is.
Right.
And
so
go
I
ahead.
absolutely love Charlotte, man. And I even had a vacation home down there in Charlotte, but I had to get rid of that, but because I can't afford it no more.
Hey, for her kid like me who's only visited Charlotte one time in his whole life and would love to live there. Just from what I hear from these people in the podcast, man, bring that Charlotte vibe on this podcast, buddy.
Oh yeah,
man, bring that vibe over here. You know what I'm saying?
Charlotte is such of a peaceful place. Well, hold on, let me take that back. I ain't gonna say it's such of a peaceful place because there's some war zones in Charlotte. There's some war zones, and I accidentally done ran into them war zones. But bro, and I ran into the war zones in Charlotte. But Charlotte is definitely a wonderful place outside of those war zones that they have. Did you hear about the teacher down there in Charlotte?
No.
They had a teacher down in Charlotte. He was a teacher by day and a drug dealer by night.
Now you won't blow my mind because, again, I'm a kid from the suburbs, so everything's shocking to me. Go ahead.
Oh, man, he was a teacher by day, drug dealer by night, and yeah, man, great guy. Huh? Listen, I used to see the guy at the Panthers games. Great guy. He always speak to me.
Yeah.
Speak to me when he see me down there in Charlotte and we walking out, I never thought the man was a drug dealer because he dressed it properly and he was very respectful. Right. He didn't show that type of mentality.
He was doing it right.
Yeah, he did it correctly. But yeah, Charlotte is Charlotte.
Hope he wasn't selling some kids, man.
Nah, he just got he passed away a couple of months ago because he ran up in the wrong place.
So this dude was Walter White.
Yeah, he really was. He really was him.
God.
Really was him. Ran up in the trailer park, tried to get the Mexicans, and the Mexicans caught him slipping.
Damn. That's all it takes.
Yep, all it takes. But at the end of the day, man, like I said, I love people. I love the people of Charlotte. I love the food in Charlotte. The food in Charlotte is delicious. I love Charlotte. Oh yeah, man. I love it. But I usually go there for CIAA weekend, which they done stopped. You know anything about that?
Explain it to me.
So during the a certain week is a week. Black colleges will have tournaments in Charlotte. People did not ever go to the games.
Right.
They just never go to the games. They just partied all over Charlotte. Charlotte was nothing but a big party. The streets were deadlocked. Like
this is
traffic. Yeah, it was close to Freaknik. It was definitely close to Freaknik. Wow. Parties everywhere. People just everywhere. It was just a big party. But yeah, they got that up and out of Charlotte because the Charlotte government wasn't playing that.
Well, you ain't gonna
The
do what you did in
hotels,
Atlanta and bring that shit over here.
yeah, and the hotels were charging ridiculous fees. They had a CIAA fee.
My God. See, I
Yeah.
think that's kind of close to what my sister was talking about because she goes to FAMU right now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh
And,
man, she having a great time.
oh yeah. And she was like, she's like, I really want you to go to this HBCU weekend in Orlando when FAMU and I think it's FIU they get together. I think it's what it is. No,
Yes,
Bethune Cookman. Yeah.
Bethune Cookman.
Yeah.
Oh man, you got me closing my eyes thinking about that.
Ooh.
That weekend is a phenomenal weekend down there. I've been through a Bethune Cookman and FAMU game, and I mean, I love the band. I love HBCU bands.
Oh God,
Like,
yeah.
did you see what's going on down there in LSU
Mm-hmm.
with the song?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Go ahead.
huh?
Go ahead. Cook.
So that song was originated here in Norfolk, Virginia.
That's right.
The band, the band made that song here in Norfolk, Virginia back in 1984. And after everybody caught a glimpse of it, they start copying and making up their own version of that song.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it
Mm-hmm.
swung down there to Louisiana because of Southern. Southern exposed LSU to the song Side of Your Neck.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Tigers say, hey, yo, suck this tiger dick, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's their saying,
Mm-hmm.
which is the same cadence as talking out the side of your neck.
Yeah. Yeah. I was just trying to pull it up, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah, man, you don't pull
yep.
it up. But
Yep.
that's an interesting thing, man. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind just to see how it done changed over the years. It's like me whispering something in your ear
Yep.
and you whisper something to somebody else's ear and watch it change over time.
Yep. That little trick and stuff like that. Yeah, and that's how
Right.
some of the schools get away with that and stuff like that, and people don't want to acknowledge it or they don't know it and stuff like that to put in your face. But I bet you that band knows and ain't saying nothing and
But
stuff.
did you see what it says? It says by accident.
Yep. Yep. That was an
But
interesting
by
thing.
accident, what is
Mm-hmm.
you telling by accident? You telling them to suck your tiger dick, bitch? What's what's accident about that? Listen,
Yep.
if I know, I go out there and tell a girl, "Hey, girl, you want to suck this tiger dick?"
Yep. And
What's she gonna do?
this
She
was
gonna
from the
smack
national championship article 4 years ago.
that girl gonna smack the shit out of me.
Oh my God. We're gonna get ready to close this off pretty soon.
Okay, well, listen,
Uh,
here,
uh,
man. Listen, man. I appreciate it. We can rock and roll on another day.
no, we are. We will. And we will be here next game, which is gonna be my next topic. Um, your thoughts. We got the Broncos next week. Broncos, right?
Yep.
In Denver, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
We're going to Mile High again. Now, my last image playing in Mile High was after the Super Bowl, and we had to play them week 1 the following season after we
So
lost to them in the Super Bowl. And my man Graham Gano missed the game-winning kick.
I know out of all the kicks he would want to miss.
Yep.
But
Cam Newton was rocked, thrown around, hitting the head, not one penalty in sight. So I have bad blood with Denver, not just that Super Bowl, but just from that game period.
well, I listen here, man. I don't like Denver. I got stuck in Denver a couple of weeks ago. I missed my grandmother's funeral behind the city of Denver's TSA. They didn't want to let me go to TSA. So
Fuck 'em.
I was ready to dude, I better tear that damn jank inside out. But the thing about it was that got to me because I wasn't able to get to where I want to. The other side of me didn't want to get there is because of the air. The air in Denver is so different.
So I heard. So it's true.
The altitude is so different because of how high Denver sits. That's the reason why they call it Mile High.
Right.
So, for Carolina to be going in there and they're not at a high altitude, if you go up a little bit, in Charlotte, if you go up a little further down the road, you're gonna end up in low country, which is in South Carolina, which is the area because it sits down,
Right.
called low country.
Yeah.
So we leaving close to low country and going to high country.
That make a difference, buddy.
And and then on the fact we ain't really that good right now. On top of that,
especially what Denver did last week against New Orleans in New Orleans. And I know that was a Sean Payton game and stuff like that. And Sean Payton knows Dennis Allen and stuff like that, but they put it on New Orleans, man.
Yeah, they did.
New Orleans was kind of cooking for a little bit.
Well, the thing is, I watch New Orleans games. Been watching them piece by piece because we don't like New Orleans. Of course, we don't like New Orleans. But they're a great team. They're a good team, and the games that they've been losing have not been like they've been blown out. So to sit there and watch what the Broncos did to them,
it's scary. It's scary. And like I said, I'm going in with my head that we're going to lose anyway.
Yep.
Unless this could be now. This is supposed to be the Andy Dalton revenge tour. We thought after we saw what he did to the Raiders, we were kind of hoping he would do the same thing to the Bengals, but I don't think the NFL is going to allow the Bengals to go 0-4.
Listen here, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, and I feel like this for Andy Dalton because Andy Dalton is 37, 36.
Yes, he is.
So
tried the same year Cam was.
Right. So for a man to want to get revenge and show his talent, you get that one spurt. You get that one little spurt, 310 yards. That one little spurt. And then after that little spurt, because you wanted it.
Yep.
You wanted to show that, hey, I can do this. Then after that, you got nothing. Because you don't let all out that one goddamn game.
He threw 3 touchdowns in a game? And I think since then he's been 1-6 as far as touchdown interceptions right now. If I'm not mistaken. That's wild.
Man, had my hopes up. And I sitting there and I looked, I said, dang, man, he looks deflated.
Yeah.
You're just like a blow up bear. We done blown you up, and now we done poked the hole in you.
Yeah. I had most of my thoughts are kind of what you call conspiracy, you know what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead. And I don't normally think like that, but my thing was after that Raiders game, my thought was, well, good. I mean, we saw what Andy did last year against Seattle. We that was the best Panthers team we saw in a long time. So I had the same feeling when he was going in here, against the Raiders. If we didn't win, at least we looked good. But at the same time, Raiders didn't have a game plan against Andy Dalton and our team at that time. So that's the way I looked at it. So when we killed them the way we did, I was like, oh, here we go. And if you look at some of those throws he threw to Johnson, there was some ugly passes, but goddamn, they look good as he scored.
Yeah, he got them.
And then, of course, after that, the Bengals game, can we capitalize on it? I'm just like, there's no way the NFL is going to let it.
Did you see Johnson's response today?
Oh, about Canales, about the team, putting on, they're not trying to point the finger, but Johnson's basically saying, it ain't me.
It ain't me. I can't play every position.
Yeah. I saw it. I was listening to the podcast. They were talking about that today, and I don't know, buddy. I don't know. That one pass to you was a little funky. I don't know what you were doing, Was it Andy or was it you,
when you start making comments like that, that shows frustration.
Of course.
And I understand why you'd be frustrated. I mean, it's messing up your money.
Yeah.
The yards you don't get, the team's gonna be looking like, hey, bro, you only had number like 600-700 yards this season.
Yeah.
800 yards this season. So why should we pay you? Because I think he's asking for 33 or 34 million.
He's got a lot of stipulations in his contract too. I mean, those incentives, how many yards he gets, how many catches, how many games he plays and stuff like that. All that comes into it. And I can understand that, early frustration when you got a quarterback like Bryce Young and he's not getting the job done and you're not getting any looks, or you're getting the looks, but your quarterback can't give it to you. I can get that frustration. Now, would you say there's a lot at stake?
No. Nah, ain't nothing at stake no more. At 1-6 in the NFL, unless you're gonna go undefeated, you may possibly get a wild card or somebody lose. And you ain't going undefeated with this schedule coming up, buddy.
No.
Not with these next couple of games, bro. No.
Let's see. Let's do a little mock win-loss. And I know I said I had to get off but my kids are still up, so I guess I'll keep going. But
your baby's still up. Go ahead, man.
We can keep talking fantasy football. But all right, so we got the Mauls by the Commanders. Who we got next? So we got Broncos next. With the state of the team is in, with the injuries and all that stuff,
they go ahead and take that L.
Broncos is an L. Saints at home against the Saints.
They may possibly pull that one out.
Now, here's the funny thing. Even with the record, as bad as the season is, I thought we would at least get a win against the Falcons this year. And I thought that home game in Carolina against the Falcons, I thought that would have been a game we would have gotten. And we were close.
Yeah. We
were close until the end and stuff. But that kind of, and the Giants was another one I thought we would have gotten. But let's see. Next 5 games. So Broncos, we think is an L. Saints, we agree, an L.
I think they may win that one, man.
You think so?
Because the Saints, they like I said, they've been on a losing streak.
Well, what's the deal with Derek Carr? Did he get benched or he got hurt?
I think he got benched. But I mean, I like Spencer Rattler anyway.
Yeah.
Because Spencer is a gunslinger.
Yeah.
He gonna throw that damn ball.
That's true. I hope something comes out of it, and he will. I mean, he looked rough, but he's a rookie. I mean, I try not to use that excuse, especially with our situation last year.
I mean, shoot, man. Jalen, the quarterback for the Commanders, Jalen
Daniels.
Yeah, Daniels.
Where the hell did that kid come from, man?
LSU. Listen, LSU have good quarterbacks. That's facts.
See, Jamarcus Russell kind of killed that for me. I mean,
you said Jamarcus Russell.
He killed that with me. When it came to LSU quarterbacks.
Jamarcus Russell's situation was he had his stats better than damn Bryce Young's.
Yeah, that's wild, brother. That's wild. That is wild. I that just said a lot, man.
his
I'm gonna go to bed pissed.
Is way better than Bryce Young's, bro, and that's for real.
So after this Broncos game, we got 4 straight home games. Well, we're not gonna count the Giants game because that's
you're gonna get your ass beat by the Chiefs.
Yeah,
definitely get your ass spanked by the Buccaneers.
Yeah, that is 4 straight home games. Well, let's say 3. We're not gonna count the Giants game. That's in Germany. And then we got the Eagles in Philly.
Oh Lord,
that was the game I was trying to go to.
That's a game I would never want to go to because them Philly fans gonna be ready to fight.
Yeah, that was one.
Even if they up, they still gonna be ready to fight.
Yeah. I was trying to get my dad in that one.
And then the Cowboys. Oh, we'll beat the Cowboys.
You think we're gonna beat Dallas?
Man, Dallas is one of those Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde teams, especially after the other night. What we seen with Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
He Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, man. You don't know what you're gonna get, bro. And CeeDee Lamb won't catch another cold.
But they still got a pretty decent defense, don't they?
Yeah, they got a pretty decent defense. But if Dave Canales run the ball like he's supposed to say he's gonna run, and behind that offensive line that's been moving teams all season long, then
don't get my hopes up, man. Because
I'm being honest, bro. I think they'll beat the Cowboys. Now the Cardinals, nah.
What's their record in that? What the Cardinals look like this year? Are they one of the top teams right now?
I don't know, but I do know they got a quarterback and wide receivers, and we don't got a lot of corners that's gonna protect what they got going on. They run a high output offense.
Okay, so give me a second. They are sitting at, and I know standings don't mean crap, so they're sitting at 3-4. So I can see that there. But
wild card team.
Here's the thing that scares me about it, because we got our cornerback one, CB1 in Horn. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we know Horn can be a shutdown cornerback when he's available. Okay. That's been his problem.
I mean, they done paid the man already, so
yeah, but when he's available, he can be a shutdown. It's that other guy, Michael Jackson. He's kind of hit and miss. he shows it. Like it'd be a couple of games he shows it. He's like, dude, you doing it. You could be a compliment. You could be a compliment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then just stupid shit just happens. I don't know.
It's too many, man, to be honest with you, it's too many free agent wide receivers for them not to have, too many free agent cornerbacks, not for them to have a decent corner.
Yeah.
Because the kid from out of USC, Amore Jackson, phenomenal.
Yeah. Give me a second. I want to write this down. All right.
Adoree Jackson is a great. Yeah. Adoree Jackson is really good.
Interesting side note right now, because we're talking about cornerbacks. There's a big part of the Panther fan base are pretty high on Travis Hunter right now. Us drafting.
Of course, why wouldn't you, man? The man has been phenomenal all season. I mean, a man that plays cornerback and wide receiver, and it ain't like he's getting little yards as a wide receiver. The man is getting like 200, 300, 400 yards as a wide receiver. And then at cornerback, he done picked off, 3 interceptions already?
Right. But here's my question about that.
And he's locking down.
He is. Now, I ask you this. You watch college football, of course. You watch. We've been watching Dion and what they be doing in Colorado. Is he getting drafted as a cornerback or as a wide receiver? Because there's no way in the NFL he's playing both sides.
I mean, he's trying to do what Dion did.
But even Dion, I mean, he was primary cornerback. I mean, when they put him in wide receiver, it was trick plays.
But when he played at wide receiver, he was still getting yards. Look at his stats as a wide receiver.
That's true. But what do we need? What do we need most?
We need every out there going thing. We need
goddamn right.
If the man want to play cornerback and a wide receiver in the NFL, let that man play cornerback and wide receiver.
Yeah. People, the last couple weeks I've been watching, they're pretty high on Travis Hunter right now.
So, because I'm gonna tell you why. Because after a while, he's gonna slow down. It may take him 27 or 28 years old. He's gonna slow down. He can't do this on a daily basis.
Yeah. 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 I don't know. I'm not too high on it on Travis Hunter. I mean, I know he's a great athlete. I know he's a freak of a player.
Give me Cam Ward. I want Cam Ward or the running back from Boise State, because we need a thunder and lightning combo.
Yeah.
Because that other kid we got there, the other rookie, he's not fast.
Yeah. Now we're talking about running back. Go ahead.
He's just a change of pace running back, and he runs downhill.
Yes, he is. And it's funny because I was just watching highlights two nights ago about him, because I've heard of him, but I haven't seen anything.
You didn't watch him? That Texas team that came off is really, really talented. I mean, JT Sanders haven't even had an opportunity to really show his talent, because he's a really talented kid too. I thought he'd be better at a wide receiver, but hey.
Really?
Yeah, because the kid can catch. He can catch and he can run.
Blocking, he's getting a little bit better at blocking. I know the beginning of the year he was really shaking.
Yeah, because he was a pass catch tight end.
There you go. I'm with you on that one. I'm actually excited to see. I'm really ready to see what Jonathan Brooks does. I mean, there's still no day when we know he's going to actually play or anything. What I thought he was done for the season. and which we were fine with that.
Of course.
I was fine with him just getting, resting.
Yeah, let the man rest. Let the man rest and get prepared for that season.
We got you,
the rookie of the year. Listen, that record shows you right there.
Yes, sir.
Why risk him getting hurt?
Ain't no point. But I saw him in practice. I mean, it's good to see him in practice, but at the way they were talking, it was like they were trying to rush him to get back. And I'm like, why? Unless that was just me thinking that.
Nah, I'm right there with you, bro. Go ahead. Like I said, just do a fire sale. They need to sell everybody. Everybody go.
Yeah.
Get picks. pick. Dan Morgan, no, he loves picks.
Good night, mama.
Hey, good night. But yeah, Dan Morgan loves picks. So
yes, he does.
Yeah, he know. Go ahead and trade off what you got. Keep your offensive line intact because your offensive line is the best that's ever been in years.
There you go. I'm gonna write down. I'm gonna do some homework this week because all I got is time apparently, and stuff. And we're gonna do something a little bit different this week, pregame wise and stuff like that.
Okay,
we're gonna try to. I'm gonna see if I can look for some, find some film and stuff like that. I'm gonna figure out the salary cap thing for us next time and stuff. But this was just a little filler video. Get a feeling. How we do this. I like what we're doing and stuff.
I like what we're doing too, bro. I can do this all day.
Yeah, dead serious, and that's how I feel. I've been waiting a long time to do this, just trying to find the right person.
Well, man, my lifestyle has been kind of busy as hell. So
yeah, man.
Like I told you, I've been moving like a ghost.
Yeah.
You better catch me. You better find me. Even if you think you see me, you really didn't see me. So
I didn't see you. No feelings hurt, man. I text you, hit you up like, hey, did you hear the news? And hit you up like I did today.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. It will be a lot of that, and I'm sorry because it's going to be at most, and maybe not the best time, but that's just kind of how
But
how
bro,
this goes in terms of football.
You know I'm a rock and roller.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. If there's, let's say if you know me, if you want to jump off a plane, we jumping off a plane together, bro. What's up?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yep.
I'm gonna check your parachute, make sure everything good, make sure your secondary chute is intact.
I'm with you, dog.
Yeah, dog. I got you, dog.
Pre-game, post-game, we definitely gonna do. I hadn't decided on game time video or anything like that. We ain't gotta really do all that. I ain't got enough patience to sit through that. But you feel what I'm saying?
yeah, bro. Yeah. I'm here. I'm here to play the game.
Yeah. If you're available, I hit you up on that one.
Yeah, please do, man. My time here should be I should be good for right now. Ain't too busy. I haven't got too much going on.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I'm chilling for right now. I'll be sitting down until December. Then in December, I'll be in Texas.
Gotcha. Pleasure. No. All right, buddy.
All right, now, brother.
I'm gonna shut this thing down, man. Dude, it was nice doing this with you, man.
I enjoyed it, bro.
We're gonna get this. It's gonna be smooth. It's gonna be smooth, like butter next time we do this. I still haven't decided on the name on it, but
hey, bro, you put what you feel.
All right, buddy. Dude, this was fun. It's nice to do this. Bounce with somebody who knows the team, watches the games, knows as much history as I do. You really threw me off with that one guy. Like,
Wilbur Oliver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You really threw me off of that one. I was like, dude, nobody ever talks about that. Like, I threw somebody off when I said, who was a white boy or wide receiver in the early 90s, in the late 90s? Patrick Jeffers.
Oh, Patrick Jeffers. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I threw somebody else saying that one time. And I was just like, I thought everybody knew Patrick Jeffers.
Yeah. Shoot, man. Dwayne Jarrett. What? Colbert.
Both of them pissed me off. Boy, I wanted Jarrett because Jarrett was from USC, right?
Right.
Yeah, I really want to see that. Yeah, My God, there's a lot of guys.
Ron Dugas played for Cincinnati. My fault.
A lot of guys, man. A lot of guys we just missed. That should have worked out, but just missed.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's the one thing I can tell you about our OGM, Hurney. That Hurney
picking dude.
Yeah. Matt Hurney.
His picks were all right. I mean, everybody fell sometimes. I mean, he had some fucked up picks, but majority of his picks, he was all right.
First round, he was always hitting. Always hitting on the first rounds. I had to give him that. And them paychecks, what the hell were you doing? You know, what were you thinking? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he was hitting on those picks, man. I mean, like, I want to say first and second rounds, yeah. But, I mean, you think about the names we had, dude. And names that stick out. Marty Hurney, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Except for, was Hurney around Steve Smith got drafted?
Yes, he was.
He was.
Mm-hmm.
God dang. Brother, I can do this all day. All right, let me shut this down.
All right, now, bro. I'll holler at you, dog.
I said it like 5 times, guys. Thanks for joining the J-D Panther Fan Podcast, man. It's your boy Reltron88. I named him the mayor now.
All right, Julius. Hey, call me Julius the mayor.
Juju the mayor.
Juju the mayor.
There you go, Juju. It's Jay's.
All right, now, bro.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. All right, so you Paul.